Boys in the back. Boys.
What is good? We are back with another episode of The Boys in the Back in our cozy, beautiful New York studio, no longer in sunny Los Angeles. And man, does it feel good. I could use some of that sunshine on this rainy day here in New York. Obviously, a lot of water coming down last night, some flooding in the city around the area. I am one third of the boys in the back, Mr. Connor Burks. Joining alongside me, as always, New York, Rick, Eric, Jackman. There he is. Not much, man. Not much.
Other than the flooding.
We do have to say off top of the show, we are thinking of Frankie. He is actually struggling with aforementioned flooding. Unfortunately, his apartment, he lives, down low on there. Water got the best of him. He was unable to make it into the studio today, so it's just us two. Feels a little bit lonely without him. It feels incomplete.
1/3 of us is missing.
One third of us is missing. We are not whole, but we will prevail. We will get through this, and we will make it to Memorial Day weekend. We are in very good hands with Donnie back there. Welcome to the show. We got to sit with him at lunch. It felt like we were, making a dream come true. He was like, "Oh, look at this! I get to sit with the guys at lunch. It was great. It was good times."
Let's wait for the review. We have to ask him after.
I know. I feel like he's like, God, I hate these dudes already. I haven't even been with them for 10 minutes. Either way, we have a very big show planned for you today. Back in pound for pound rankings. Walk with me here.
Okay. Oh, we're going to do the whole explanation now? All right. Let's do it.
Pound for pound rankings in honor of Alexander Usyk.
Yes, I'm aware of him.
Rico Verhoeven at the Pyramids this weekend. Yep. Alexander Usyk.
Yep.
Usyk.
Great fighter. Yep.
Alexander Usyk. Usyk.
Yeah.
Pound for pound Icks.
All right.
Nice and easy. It's just
pound
like
for
that.
pound Icks. That's how we got there. I didn't even know how we got there. That's great.
Pound for pound Icks. I think this is going to be another good one. Anytime we do like everyday life
evergreen
moments,
kind of like general interest.
I always enjoy them that much more. We will also debut our training video. We went over to California Mixed Martial Arts when we were over in Los Angeles with Casey. Casey had been asking us for a while to come train with him. We did so. Some of you have already seen the video. New York Rick may or may have not got slept while we were there.
May or may not.
I did some wrestling. I did some striking. I'm still a little bit sore from it. I can't lie, but we will debut that later in the program. Helwani will join us to react to some news we're about to talk about right now. We'll preview PFL Brussels, Brandrisk 14. I know you've been chomping at the bit to talk about that one.
I cannot wait.
Usyk, Rico at the Pyramids, on DAZN. We'll get into all the happenings of this weekend. But before that, let's talk about some news and notes. And even before that, let's read your podcast reviews. We're almost we're almost done with this, people. We are almost to 200 on Spotify, 5-star reviews. So if you're listening right now on Spotify, just pop open that app, throw us a 5-star. We'll shut up once we get to 200. We want 200 on Spotify, 100 on Apple. We're at
300?
Do I hit 300? Keep it going. No, 200 on Spotify, 100 on Apple. That's when we'll stop getting greedy. We're at like 88 on Apple, and we're at like 190 something on Spotify. So I mean,
right there.
This last push, but either way, let's start the program as we have the last few weeks. We only got a couple this week. Read the podcast reviews. We'll rip those now if we ever just want to throw them up there. Marty, sending peace and love to the boys in the back from Finland. 2 years ago, I went back to school for an engineering degree on top of my job. Listening to the podcast whenever I have the time helps me cope. I might not catch every episode of the AH show, but you can bet I make time for BITB every week. Huge shout out to Frankie for the immaculate drops and to my boy GC for the great vibes. New York Rick has some of the takes of all time, but he's all right too. Keep doing what you're doing without the sack.
Wow, Marty. All-timer. Great.
Shout out to Marty.
Great
Shout out to Finland.
Yeah.
I feel like we're just collecting the different countries of the world like Infinity Stones as boys in the back listeners.
Hell yeah.
Got some love from Belgium last week. Now we're getting Finland. I mean, the program's international here. Shout out to you, Marty. Best of luck in engineering school. Hopefully you can graduate soon, man. Christian says, can't see the glasses or the juxtaposition of the colors. Frank doesn't upload video to Spotify. Bisping, Usman, and Cejudo, Brendan Schaub, and more do, though. I guess the production team of those other podcasts are just better. Fuck, I guess so, Christian.
Yeah.
I guess so, man. I think you're onto something. Frankie, unfortunately, can't.
He can't defend himself here.
Can't defend himself. I actually forgot to bring this up when we were at the fights on Saturday night. Ronda Rousey, Gina Carano. Some dude from like a balcony was like, "Hey, JC, JC," and I was just like, "Oh yeah, what's up, man? How you doing?" And he's just like, "When are we getting video on Spotify?" I was like, "I'll talk to Frank."
Maybe that was him.
Yeah, maybe it was him. Shout out to you, Christian. We appreciate that. And shout out to all those other better production teams. This is from Sagano36. Shout out. Uncrowned Network has been killing it, but ultimately, from the weekly lineup, I look forward to this show the most. This show is truly a good hang, and dare I say, for the hardcores. Special shout out to the Don Davis voicemail caller.
You mean Don Davis?
Yeah, you mean former PFL president Don Davis, who is a regular caller of the program.
Shout out to you, Sagano 36, and shout out to Don Davis, legend of the game.
Absolute legend. Should it be the honorary Don Davis voicemail segment?
Do we figure out a way to rebrand it? Like, you remember on ESPN they used to have like the Subway Fresh Take Hotline?
Yeah.
Do we have the Don Davis like stale take hotline?
Yeah, Don Davis something hotline. We need to figure out the name for that. We'll workshop that.
All right.
We'll get on that. Speaking of alternate promotions to the UFC.
Oh, I like this.
Former president of Bellator and Strikeforce founder Scott Coker has returned to the world of mixed martial arts. He posted this. Keep it simple. Keep it short. Little homage to one Michael Jordan here.
Yep, for sure.
I'm back to the MMA community from Scott Coker. The return to MMA. Date, May 21st, 2026. That is today. Like we mentioned earlier, we'll have Ariel on at 2:15 to react to this news. But Scott Coker appears he is launching a new MMA league that should start up in 2027. The promotion has secured $60 million in funding led by the investment firm Creator Sports Capital. Some big luminaries in that list of investors, people that are associated with the Yankees, different NFL teams. Tony Hawk? Are you kidding me?
No, big name executives, big firepower behind it. Interesting to see kind of like how the concept develops and all that. But money behind it that can take you a little bit of a way, and connections and executives who have been at previous stops, even some former like Kevin Kay who was at Spike when Bellator was. So yeah, there's some big names behind it.
A lot of investors, a lot of big names, a lot of people who are smart to this game, and it's being led by someone in Scott Coker that has had success in mixed martial arts before.
Yep.
Bellator and Strikeforce obviously never reached the heights of the UFC, but Bellator was the de facto number 2 for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting to see. Scott Coker actually got a quote from him. I always knew I wanted to come back when the time was right, with the right vision and a carefully curated team. That time is now. There's an incredible demand for a fresh new global brand in MMA. This new league is about returning to what matters, the integrity of competition, respect for the athletes, and sharing their remarkable journeys with the world. We are building something authentic, something that belongs to the athletes and to the fans who live and breathe this sport. So obviously many more details to come. What's the name of it? We don't know. What's the format going to be? How often are they going to be able to do shows? There's a lot to still be decided.
We'll get into this with Ariel, but 2 points that read that quote one more time for me, and then I'll stop you.
Entire thing.
Yeah, just the ending, like the line about
we are building something authentic, something that belongs to the athletes.
Okay, that's one of them that I wanted to touch on.
Okay,
this feels like one championships model, right? This felt like when they were doing like everybody's a warrior, like that feels like a direct crib from like the We Are Martial Arts, like McDojo bullshit. So
We Are Martial.
No, don't know about that. What was the line before that?
There's an incredible demand for a fresh new global brand in MMA.
That was the other one? Is there?
I don't know if there is. Especially after we just saw a fresh new brand enter the world of MMA on
is the space
Saturday.
Getting almost too crowded? There's 2 ways this can go, and I'm curious to pick Ariel's brain about it later, so this will be the last we talk on this, but there's 2 ways to look at it. Either the marketplace is robust right now, and there's money out there, and there's opportunity because there's so many players in the space, right? Competition leads to that. Or it's already oversaturated. There's not enough demand to support anything other than the UFC. And now you're entering a space that's already kind of like on its way out. I'm curious which one of those it'll be, but I'm not 100% sold on that concept. Maybe Scott Coker and others can sell me better.
Yeah. Obviously, something that we're going to monitor, and we will see what happens over the coming years with this one slated to begin next year. I guess the one question that I'm left with is, what does this mean for GFL?
Man, I wish we could hit that music right now. Protect your neck.
Hey,
what does it mean for GFL? Where does Kevin Lee fit into all of this is what I wonder.
That's a question that many are asking, including myself. Some other news. Khabib and Dana White got beef?
Ish.
Khabib is refuting statements made by Dana White, and I'm just going to be completely transparent with the audience. We're not sure which statements he's refuting, because what he's referring to about Khabib essentially getting incredibly wealthy from going on a Muslim world tour and essentially using his religion to bolster funds, and that's why he retired from the sport. He has said it a couple times, so we're just going to play both the clips. Here's the first one from Julian Edelman's podcast. This is back in 2024. Here's what Dana White had to say on Khabib.
The problem was in the Muslim world is he became this huge megastar in the Muslim world. So after he beat Conor McGregor, he went on like this tour of all the Muslim countries. So he's going into Turkey, he's going into Saudi Arabia, he's going to Abu Dhabi, he's going over to Dubai, and they're raining on him. I mean, he didn't even make it back to his dressing room after the fight, and Putin was on the phone. And Putin gave him and his father like $20 million worth of property in Russia. Then he went into, the Muslim territories where these guys are just cars, money, gyms, whatever he wanted. So once you get to that level, it's like what we're dealing with Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor lives on a yacht in the middle of wherever the warmest place in the world is at that time. And, it's just...
And he's showing you.
Oh, man, I live vicariously on Instagram.
Well, once you get to that level, man, it's just... You're not getting up and getting punched in the face every day anymore.
No.
It's just,
Okay. 2 questions I have stemming from that. First, do you know why it's called Games with Names? Why is it called that?
Oh, I have no clue.
Yeah, what an odd title. I'm sure it makes sense in some...
I'm sure if he explained it, it would make sense. I think it's something to do with having famous people on the show.
Number 2, okay, fair enough. That would actually make sense. Number 2, Dana White always says the thing about, like, they're making so much money. Why are they going to wake up and get punched in the face? But, like, is that not a weird way to think about, like, your talent? Like, as an example, NFL running back signs massive deal. Is the Giants, let's say it's just for the Giants, I'm just throwing out a random team. Is their first thought like, man, that guy just got paid. He's probably going to like suck at football and not want to play football anymore. He's probably going to retire. Like he just signed the contract. He's probably going to want to retire. Isn't it just a weird like mentality to think about like the fact that they are not motivated by the money that you are paying them, that like once they get a little bit of actual money outside the sport, that is just over? That is just like, why would they ever come back? Pay them.
Yeah, the way that I think about it, especially like the running back is a decent example because it's such a short-lived career in
and
the
a
NFL
brutal
these
one,
days.
right? You're running into those fucking lines and you're just getting hammered.
Yeah, I mean, everyone in the NFL. I mean, Calvin Johnson used to talk about how he had to take pain pills just to be able to get out of bed in the morning. To me, you have such a limited window for this career. Yeah. Even like the longest of long careers, like a Jim Miller or like a Charles Oliveira goes like 15, 16 years. And that is like, that's the limit of it.
Yeah.
And if you live to be like 75, 80, that's 60 years out of the game. Like you have such a finite time to earn this money. I don't think a lot of these guys who start earning a ton of money is just like, I'm out.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Maybe if you get to that McGregor level, he does have a point. When you start
McGregor's coming back.
Yeah,
I've never thought that was like a good way to frame it, nor have I ever believed that. Like I never thought, I mean, we'll hear from Khabib in a second. Let's go through this and then maybe I'll add some additional context on the back end. But let's go to the next Dana White clip.
This is back in November of 2025. Dana White sort of saying something similar about Khabib.
I always said, wait till we get a Muslim world champion, 3 billion Muslims or whatever. Right. But the problem is that then he went out on the Muslim tour. He hit Saudi, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, all these places. They rained on him, Right. So he made so much money.
Yeah.
Not to fight anymore.
That's it.
Yeah, so
similar sentiment,
just kind of in different ways. Not alluding to the Putin aspect and everything like that, but essentially reiterating that like Khabib just made so much cheddar. It's just like I don't blame him for not wanting to fight anymore. Where Khabib has never said that. And then he took to his Instagram story. I'm not exactly certain why he's reacting to this right now.
Maybe a clip popped up and he just thought it was new or something.
Maybe he just saw it. Here's what Khabib had to say in response. These are the kind of headlines I sometimes read online. Of course, I'm not someone who likes to comment on every piece of garbage on the internet, but when Dana says things like this, it spreads everywhere. I'll say this. I swear by Allah, this is an absolute lie. Nobody ever gave me those millions, and what they're writing, that I left the sport because I made a lot of money, is also not true. The whole world knows the real truth. I've already spoken about this more than once, and there's no need to repeat it. So essentially, Khabib being like, bro, it wasn't because of the money. Also, I didn't get that money that you're talking about.
Yeah, and Khabib was in line with his next few UFC fights to make the most money he's ever made by a long shot. He went so far as to say this was, post-pandemic, his father had died, his mother was sick of him fighting, and he went so far as to say, like, my mom does not want me to fight anymore, and I'm going to respect her wishes. That was he has never wavered from that. There's never been one time that Khabib had said anything else. And the UFC has offered him fights, right? The GSP thing popped up, and that was like super hot and prominent for a long time. He has never wavered on this. Khabib has said, I don't want to fight anymore because my mom asked me not to, and I am not going to fight. He's pretty consistent. Then Dana White says, like, it's the money. To me, all I read from that is, then you didn't offer him enough money. If you're Dana White and you thought you could get him out of retirement with money, you didn't offer him enough. If you're Dana White and you offered him that amount of money and he still didn't come out, that means he wasn't going to fight no matter what the price tag was. I have a feeling Khabib's more in that camp where I don't think there was a number that they could have given to him that he would have come out. But it's this idea that it's like he went off and made money elsewhere. One, great for him. Two, he should be making that in his career and not just like outside, to the point that it's like, oh, he made so much money, he doesn't even want to fight anymore. And three, I don't think you offered enough then. If you really thought you could convince him, offer him more. Offer whatever they're offering him that you say that's enough that he's like, man, what do I need to fight for? Offer him that. Offer him all of that and see if he's willing to come out.
Yeah, it is just kind of an odd thing from Dana there. I
He
feel like the whole thing on Khabib was like his father passed away.
and his mom said don't fight. Yeah.
Don't fight anymore.
It feels to me like just a rewriting of history and like an excuse to be like, once these guys start making money, like how many, Ariel alludes to this all the time, the silk sheets thing. It's hard to get up and wake up at 5 a.m. and do your road work when you're sleeping on silk sheets or you have silk pajamas. Yes, it does, right? At a certain level, like once you get that money, it is harder to put in that labor. But the reality is, for a lot of these fighters, they only make that money when they're at the end of their career. They only make that money when it's the hardest possible road. They only make that money when they're 33, 34, 35 years old. Not everybody is John Jones. And so when you've scratched and clawed for that long and you're finally on the precipice of making that money, most guys aren't saying like, I'm checked out. Most guys are saying, I'm trying to maximize this because I finally got here and this is the most money I'm going to make. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know what more to say than like, I don't get it. I understand why Khabib would be like, what the fuck? Like, I said why I retired. Yeah. It has nothing to do with that.
The timeline of it all.
But it's also just, I've always thought bad optics for Dana. Like, I've always thought that this is not the tact you want to take. Conor McGregor, that guy makes so much money. Yeah, he deserves that much money, and you should pay him that much money too. He should want to keep fighting, and he is going to fight. You've clearly paid him.
Yeah. Fascinating stuff. Khabib has made his statement. 6 months later, 2 years later, which clip did he see?
Which clip did
We're
he
not
react
exactly
to?
sure.
Yeah.
Someone who is not retiring, who's back, a former champion. Big Onk.
Oh, yeah.
The long-awaited return is over. Magomed Ankalaev, Big Onk, contract signed. I miss dunking on people. See you soon. Basketball emoji, fist emoji.
Remind me why it's basketball related? Because it was like at the United. Where did they fight at the United Center? No, that was Drickus and.
He wanted to fight Pereira too at the United Center.
And there was like he talked about like the Bulls or something. Like I forget why this basketball element got introduced to it.
I don't know. I have no idea. Shout out to
I
Big
could
Onk.
see your eyes glaze over as you're thinking about the basketball part of
It's
this.
just like, I don't know.
Why is Big Onk
Did he
dunking?
even write this, dude?
No, of course
he
not.
He probably didn't write this.
Let's be real.
Could he be main event for Abu Dhabi, though?
Yes, absolutely.
Card got announced
Yeah.
for late July. That makes a
Absolutely
lot of
could.
sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. I don't know who he'd be fighting, but maybe we get an Ankalaev main event. Rightfully so. I mean, he's. I understand he lost Alex Pereira, but he's still an incredible fighter at the very top of this division.
I mean, the only names that make sense are like the Yuri, Khalil. Like who else would Like those are the guys. He has to come back against a top guy like that, and then one of those guys ends up fighting in a title fight at some point. I mean, I don't expect Hamzat to jump into this division. I think he'll probably try to get back the 185 belt if I had to guess, but he could be another contender as well.
Some news out of the world of professional wrestling. Ludwig Kaiser, also by his real name known as Marcel Brother, who plays the character El Grande Americano for the Lucha Libre promotion AAA. We've also seen him in the WWE as well. I think he does some stuff with Gunther. He has been arrested on battery charges. He was in the elevator at his apartment with his girlfriend and another man. His name is Richard Reep. Things got uncontrollably intimate, and Reep asked them to please stop and said, "Please have some manners." And Ludwig Kaiser attacked him, punching him multiple times, shoving him down, and threatening more violence. Kaiser was arrested after a police lineup where Richard Reep was able to identify him out of the lineup. So kind of a crazy story. It also took place at 6:30 p.m. There was no signs of intoxication, so he was just sober as a bird.
What was the language? Uncontrollably intimate? What was the phrase?
Things got, in quotes, uncontrollably intimate. Reet then asked them to stop, saying, "Please have some manners."
About the sex.
No.
Donnie! Who needs Frank? Franco!
But for him, probably with the sex. I mean, if a headline ever came out about me being uncontrollably intimate, I feel like that's a little bit of a flex. Like
There's a couple
passions there.
Is it a flex that it was at 6:30 p.m. on a weekday night and the guy was getting uncontrollably intimate? No signs of intoxication, so it wasn't like Kaiser had a few drinks. So like dead sober, uncontrollably intimate in the elevator with another man in there. Guys like, "Please, could you stop?" Dead sober, attacks him, punches him in the face, throws him to the ground.
Manners, he said,
"Please, just have some manners."
have some
I mean, dude,
manners.
if you've ever been in front of like PDA, you're just kind of like,
okay, but this couldn't have been PDA.
All right.
To be phrased as uncontrollably intimate, what do we actually
that's
think
what I'm
was
saying.
happening?
If someone is like standing there making out, you're sort of just like, and it, like, dude, if you're in the elevator with them, you're just like,
Get me the fuck out of here.
like, and if they're like fucking slammed up against the wall and like being described as uncontrollably intimate, I would kind of do the same. I'd be like, "Yo, can y'all chill? Like, just till I get to the 12th floor." And then imagine you're just like, "Hey, you mind just calming down for a second?" And it's just like, "What'd you just say?" And you're just getting decked in the face. Like, that's fucking ridiculous, dude.
Oh fuck.
He's supposed to wrestle in 10 days.
I mean, I saw an update. Forgive me for not citing the source. I don't remember who had it, but something to the effect of like, he's asking for leniency because he turned himself in to be able to travel to do this event and continue to make money. Odd situation, and he's been a topic of our show lately. One, because Ariel keeps talking about the angle that he's running in AAA and like how amazing it is, and like it's his favorite thing in pro wrestling right now. And then obviously we had Ric Flair on the show who absolutely buried him.
This feels like something Ric Flair would do.
Except it was him. No, Ric Flair would not be sober at 6:30. I can assure you that.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's the only hole in this story.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Shout out to Ludwig Kaiser and
Uncontrollably intimate.
yeah, I hope Richard Reep's doing all right. But a wild story out of that one.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I'm laughing. I hope that guy who got punched in the face or whatever.
The report did say it was like a couple scratches and reddening of the face that corroborated with his story.
Yeah.
So
Shout out to him.
yeah, Ludwig, take it easy in the elevators. Wait till you get back to your apartment, brother. Speaking of back and forths, Ilia Topuria and Ryan Garcia going back and forth on Twitter. We have the tweets here, I believe. "I see a fight like Ryan Garcia being very comfortable for me. I would break him. long before it gets the judge's decision. Ilia Topuria saying that to Alvaro Colmenero, and then Ryan Garcia obviously sees this and responds, "You're a damn good striker for MMA. That's it. You wouldn't be sipping on tea after our fight. You would be eating through a straw after our fight. Stay in your lane. I'll gladly stay in mine." You think that's the end of it? Ilia Topuria had to respond as well. Hit the caps lock on this one. "You built your name on hype. I built mine by putting legends to sleep. I would give you a boxing lesson. We are not on the same level. Bring the guy you fight in September. I would beat both of you in the same ring." Did he have one more? Nope, Ryan Garcia did. He said, "I built my name sleeping guys that are way better boxers than you will ever be. You've seen many MMA fighters try, and you'll just be another UFC hype job cashing out by getting knocked out by a boxer." Was there one more talking about steroids?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
can read it right here.
But yeah, I think I did see something.
I believe we got it. Old Ilia said, "The biggest win of your career came with steroids. So where's your confidence come from?" Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, a back and forth of two major stars in the world of boxing and MMA. Could you see this developing into an actual fight one day?
Yes, only for the simple fact that I believe that I believe that Ilia Topuria continues to talk about boxing in a way that makes me think one day he will be boxing. Now, will it be in the prime of his UFC career? Probably not, right? Like, that just doesn't feel like a possibility. Unless, for one reason or another, Ryan Garcia ended up with Zuffa Boxing, and they just decided, fuck it, we're going to do a mega event, because I do believe Ilia Topuria and Ryan Garcia would be massive. And would be something that might be worth kind of bending your rules a little bit for, in the same way that Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather was. And not for nothing, I do feel like as a competitive fight, I like Ilia's chances against Ryan Garcia a lot more than I liked Conor McGregor's chances against Floyd Mayweather. And so I don't think it's impossible. Like, I've always, like, when Kamaru was calling out Canelo and all this shit, and all these guys were just always calling out Canelo or looking for this big boxing fight, they never felt like, one, the guys actually wanted to do the boxing fight in the way that Conor McGregor actually wanted to do the boxing fight, and two, never felt interesting or compelling or competitive enough that I thought any of the promotions would actually do it. Ilia Topuria versus Ryan Garcia ain't a bad scrap in a boxing ring. Like, I'd watch the hell out of that.
Are you shitting me? Of course I would watch it. If he's able to do more things in MMA and then go over to boxing, get a massive payday, fight a massive star in Ryan Garcia, like, this is something that people would tune into. And to your point, it's not 49-0 Floyd Mayweather. Ryan Garcia is an incredibly high-level boxer for sure, but like, he has been beat before a couple times. Also, the weight classes line up. Like, his last fight was at 147 in boxing. Ilia obviously fighting 155. They could find an agreeable weight for it. I'm not pushing for it now because I want to see Ilia Topuria continue this run in mixed martial arts, get everything you can out of it. But down the road, two massive stars. I don't hate it.
Yeah, not for nothing. Like, if Ilia Topuria is out of UFC contract, right? If this happens toward the tail end of his MMA career, where it's like, I'm leaving the UFC, I'm going into something else, I think there are many outlets, like a Netflix, for example, that would say, yeah, we could definitely do this fight. So I don't think it's like impossible. I don't think this is out of the realm of possibility. I just doubt it happens anytime soon. I have to imagine Ilia Topuria is locked up for a little bit with his UFC deal.
I'm not calling for it right now. No
unless
chance.
Ryan went to Zuffa, then I don't know. It doesn't feel impossible there either. I wonder how they'd feel about their UFC champion potentially getting beat, and they probably wouldn't be too keen on it. But yeah, this feels more real than any of the bullshit since McGregor and Mayweather.
You can just keep building this, man. Keep talking shit online. Speaking of McGregor, if you saw it on the thumbnail, Conor McGregor is returning. He'll be back for International Fight Week against Max Holloway, July 11th. Still has 2 fights on his contract, but there's been rumblings outside of the UFC as well. He's talked about BKFC. You know, there's plenty of things that the biggest star in the sport can do. So I sort of wanted to lay out, like, all right, we've got the Max.
Yep.
Now, where do we go from here? What if he wins? What if he loses? Does he have another fight in the UFC? I know the contract is there. When the fight got announced, he obviously immediately took to social media, started John at Max. I believe we have a few of those that we can go through. Him and Max just going back and forth, and then obviously other people getting involved as well. He says, "I'm going to son you, child," again. This in response to Max Holloway posting "Return of the Max." "You're going to put some respect on my motherfucking name." By the way, these tweets were getting insane likes on both ends. Like the engagement is there. This is a massive, massive fight. Max Holloway says, "Nah, big dog, you're going to put some respect on my name." And then as it went along, all I see is easy dough everywhere. Then he talks about the Nate Diaz fight. "I see why Nate Diaz 209 didn't take the fight, LOL. Anyway, here's to when I get my hands on you, you lanky streak of piss. Hashtag trilogy, and I'm going to need my money."
Yeah, these were from watching the Netflix card, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, his fight was announced during the Netflix event. He's watching Nate. He's talking about seeing easy money everywhere. The mind starts to wander.
Yeah, of course. Where can this go from here? Can it be a Nate Diaz? Would it be in the UFC? Could it be in a different promotion? Max Holloway actually talked about the ramifications of knowing this fight was going to happen and to be chill with it. Here's what Max had to say.
You know how hard it is to keep that fight under wraps for how long we did? We knew that fight for a minute, bruh. Glad it's coming through, you know? Well, we see, though. We see how it goes July 11th. You think his mic skills is going to be the same? Of course his mics. Why wouldn't his mic skills be the same? Why wouldn't it be, boys? Oh, yeah, I'm excited, brother. I get to eat during all of camp. I get to eat what I want to eat, boys. Imagine I weight at 170. Holy shit. The fuck was I doing? What the hell am I doing, you know? Oh. Every fight is a hard fight, bro. Conor's still dangerous, bro. You'd be dumb as hell to think he's not.
Favorite part about the Max Holloway streams is that the face is always right here. So yeah, this is a fight that he knew about happening, and like it's such big business. It's tough to keep under wraps. But he talks about it like he's not taking Conor McGregor lightly. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you're just going to starch him out." He's obviously a massive favorite. We saw him balloon up to like upwards of a minus 500. Now it's coming back down to like minus 4, minus 350, areas like that. Do you think Conor McGregor can beat Max Holloway?
Yes.
Do you think he will beat Max Holloway? Okay, all right.
I think he can. As Max said, everybody's dangerous. Conor McGregor knows he's going to be in a striking fight with Max, right? This is not going to be a wrestling match. This is not going to be the Charles Oliveira fight for Max. So he also knows Conor McGregor is coming to strike. Although, I will say, the first fight, the one that Conor McGregor did win, he blew out his knee and he wrestled Max and just completely controlled and dominated him. I don't expect that Conor McGregor's return, he's looking to do the kind of Charles Oliveira game plan to Max, but if history is any indicator, he is capable of that. That is exactly how he beat Max Holloway the first time. I don't expect it. I expect him to strike. I expect Conor McGregor to want to get a knockout, put on a showcase in his long-awaited return. I expect Max Holloway to do what Max Holloway does, right? Every Max Holloway win is exactly the same way, which is I'm putting a volume on you that you can't handle. The best volume striker in UFC history for now, as long as Josh Van doesn't continue doing what he's doing. But he's just a tornado of fists and kicks coming at you. I expect it to go that way. It's too long a time off for Conor McGregor, so I expect Max to win that fight. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, the things that give me pause for Max, if I was going to make a devil's advocate, is it's going to feel like Conor McGregor's almost coming down to 170.
100%.
Whereas Max Holloway just alluded to in that video, I can eat whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. If Conor isn't liking what he's seeing on the feet, like, there's a world where like it's like, well, I'm just going to switch to the wrestling. We've seen some reports that like he is pushing to make it a 3-round main event. Obviously, we don't know the validity of those and like whether that's going to happen. I can't imagine they're going to do that, making a 3-round main event for their biggest event of the year. But there is a world where like, yeah, he uses that size and he essentially bullies Max with the wrestling. We just saw Charles Oliveira have a ton of success with it. But at the end of the day, I agree with you. I think the volume is going to be too much. And obviously, we just have no idea what Conor McGregor is going to look like. It would be a fool's game to try to assess, like, he's coming off of a broken leg and we haven't seen him fight in 5 years.
Yep.
Like, if he comes out and shocks the world, like, I don't think I'm going to sit there with my jaw unhinged and be like, I cannot believe it. This is the most unbelievable outcome. It would more so just be like, wow, I cannot believe he actually was able to overcome that injury, take 5 years off, and then beat Max fucking Holloway.
are we dumb to think that he might not grapple Max Holloway? Are we dumb to think that as Conor McGregor, all the things that you just laid out, right? Knee injury, long layoff, rape trial, and civil conviction in the interim time since then, like, maybe he comes back and just thinks, I need to win this fight. I got 2 fights left. I need to win this fight. Now, I think Max Holloway is a better wrestler than he was in the first fight against Conor McGregor. That was brand new Max Holloway. Like, he just wasn't a fully formed product. He had some decent success trying to stop Charles Oliveira in the early rounds, and then it kind of just was overwhelming. I don't know if it's going to be just like shoot doubles on Max and he falls over. And I don't know if Conor McGregor can even wrestle anymore. Like, we just haven't even seen him fight. I know at the end of the day, he probably is still going to be able to strike. Every time we see a training video, it's always him hitting a heavy bag or sparring with somebody. But yeah, maybe, are we dumb? Maybe Conor McGregor comes in there with the mentality of like, I am going to wrestle this dude and just get a win no matter how I need to get it.
Could happen. I just have no idea.
I also just
don't know what to expect.
When I think of Conor, though, I think of ego. I think of somebody who is protecting the ego, and his aura, his legacy, his way that he thinks about himself is coming in there and just starching people, right? That's how he perceives it, right? Mr. Tasty Shots, or all the things that he always says. So it'd be weird if he came in and was just like D1 Conor McGregor.
Yeah. We just can't predict that. We have no idea what's going to happen until the fight actually takes place. I just don't know what's going to happen. Let's play both sides of it.
Yeah.
If Conor McGregor beats Max Holloway, if Conor McGregor loses to Max Holloway at International Fight Week, where does he go from there? And let's play out the next 3 fights. Max Holloway already checked off the list. So what I'm picturing is the rest of the UFC contract that he's currently on, and then the fight after that.
Yes. My operating theory is that Conor McGregor is going to leave the UFC after these 2 fights. That's my operating theory. For no reason other than the fact that there's so much more money out there for him.
Regardless of outcome.
Regardless of outcome, I think Conor McGregor will fit. Not regardless of outcome, but unlikely to be changed by the outcome. There is so much more money to be out there. A fight against Nate Diaz or a fight against Jake Paul outside the UFC would likely land on a platform like Netflix and would likely make him way more money than he's going to make in the UFC. Just point blank, period. There is no more pay-per-view. He is not going to be able to capitalize on that. They've obviously made some kind of deal, negotiated terms that he's accepting and that are favorable, but he's going to make more money outside the UFC potentially. A fight against Jake Paul would make massive, massive, massive amounts of money. And so my operating thought is that he will be done with the UFC after these 2 fights. Is there a world where he wins these next 2 fights, they re-sign him for a crazy amount, and they do more Conor McGregor fights? Possibly. He'd have to look pretty good in those 2 fights for that in order for the UFC to go, yeah, let's invest more in Conor McGregor. He'd have to look pretty good. So with that operating assumption in my mind, I think he loses to Max Holloway, and I think they give him an absolutely hellacious matchup for his second fight before becoming a free agent, because that is what the UFC usually does.
At 170?
And that fight would probably be Carlos Prates, right? We know that those two had some kind of link, right? That there was all this buzz online. When Carlos was on the show, he talked about Conor McGregor, and Ariel said yes. Like, that was an offer. That was a thing. I think somebody like that is going to be how they try to send him out. Absolute killer. Now, granted, a striker, right? They could really bury him if they're like, let's just give him a wrestler who's going to just lay on him and do nothing. I just don't think that'd be a fun fight for the fans. They give him a striker, a Michael Morales, a Carlos Prates, a guy that like you probably assume is going to go in there and have the better of a much older and less sharp Conor McGregor. And yeah, if the Carlos Prates that showed up against JDM steps in there with Conor McGregor, I just can't see a world where that's like favorable. And then you build a star. A guy like Carlos could really use the rub of a guy like Conor McGregor, and you'd have a guy who's launched into the stratosphere. If he's not already like a champion, who knows what the timeline is for when that second fight happens. So I think that's the route it goes. Win or lose.
When Conor McGregor came back after the Khabib fight, he did the Cerrone, and then obviously COVID hit and everything got shut down. But then he did the 2 Poirier fights, and he did them after losing essentially like back-to-back. He did one in January, did one in July. Do you think there's any chance that he realizes, let's say he goes in there and he's unsuccessful against Max Holloway, and he kind of realizes like, all right, this game, like I'm not trying to stay in the UFC. Like I'm this far away from a title shot. It's just not going to going to work out for me, yada, 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 everything like that. And he's like, let's just get the last one out of the way so I can be a free agent. And in 2027, I can get a massive, mega fight outside of the promotion.
Definitely think that's on the table. Again, and
what if that's Carlos Prates' next fight?
I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility at all.
If you're Carlos Prates,
Yeah.
and we're just speaking fully in hypotheticals right now,
Yes.
would you rather have a title shot against Islam Makhachev or a fight against Conor McGregor coming off a loss to Max Holloway?
Conor McGregor 1,000%.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like, if you really were trying to build a star in a guy, either Michael Morales or Carlos Prates, a savvy striker with the swagger that both of them have and the knockout capability against a guy like Conor McGregor.
The fight I would have preferred to see instead of Max Holloway was Paddy Pimblett. And so that could be fight number 2 too, right? You have a guy who's already a kind of like a household name. He's at least, one of the bigger names that the UFC has. The issue I see is that there's a real high chance that Paddy Pimblett just takes Conor McGregor down and subs him. It's not going to be aesthetically pleasing as like Carlos Prates potentially standing in there, trading, banging, and like knocking him out. But a guy like Paddy Pimblett would launch into outer space with a win over Conor McGregor. There's a lot of options for that final fight. It's really going to come down to how do they want to best position a guy who could actually capitalize on a win over Conor McGregor. Again, like, I don't think Conor's dead in the water in any of these fights, but I just don't like his chances.
I think a lot of it comes down to how he looks. Even if he
100%.
loses, what if he puts on a fucking great fight with Max Holloway?
Yeah.
He loses, but like it's like a 48-47 on 2 judges' scorecards and a 49-46, and it was like, man, there were some flashes of Conor McGregor in there that like he can still hang. I don't mind a Paddy Pimblett fight for him.
That only helps that second fight. That only makes that second fight feel so much more significant. If he wins, does that change how you feel in terms of the opponent? Does that change what you think happens?
Yeah.
Okay.
If he beats Max Holloway, I think they're going to push him forward. I don't think they're going to be trying to get him out of the organization.
And what would that mean in terms of the matchup?
Would it be crazy if they were just like, let's just give him the title shot?
It wouldn't be crazy if he agreed to re-sign. If they give him the title shot, that would mean that he's signed for a long-term deal. So they'd have to negotiate the deal before giving him the title shot.
Yeah.
I can assure you this. There is 0.0.000. There's not another coming after those zeros. It's 000 infinity that they will give him a title shot heading into free agency if he hasn't re-signed. He will never have a chance to hold that belt and then walk out the door and then fight Jake Paul or do something like that. Not happening. 0% chance. Would never happen in a million years. Just impossible. If he signs another 3 fights, 5 fights, whatever that is, I don't think it's impossible that they give him a title shot, but it would feel kind of like a waste, right? Like, it just feels like there's other things that could be more fun and easier to do with Conor McGregor. But yes, the rivalry with Khabib and is assuming that Islam is still the champion at 170, Islam versus Conor would be insanely big box office.
Yeah, as big as it gets. It's like
Khabib in the corner for a fucking Conor McGregor fight would be nuts.
Yeah, it'd be nuts.
On the dais.
Yeah, I don't foresee that happening. I think what is more likely is what you said. Now let's say, regardless, whether it's Paddy Pimblett or Carlos Prates or whatever is for that final fight in this contract, and let's say he doesn't get re-signed. You mentioned Jake Paul. I think if they did Jake Paul, actually, you know what? The proven interest in this, Nikisa was on the show yesterday talking to Ariel, and here's what he had to say about the potential future of Conor McGregor.
If the day comes that Conor McGregor is a free agent, we will do everything in our power to work with him. And that's to work with him to do his own events. That's to work with him to fight Jake Paul in boxing and MMA. That's to try to make Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz and ensure they get the vast majority of the revenue. Conor's biggest payday of his career, by far, is fighting Floyd Mayweather. The one time he wasn't within the framework and pay system of his current employer. I know he knows that, and I know he knows the power that he has as a brand, and I hope we're able to help him in that one day, if and when he's a free agent.
To your point, to Nikisa's point, the payday for a Netflix fight would be monstrous.
A Conor McGregor Netflix fight?
You have 2 right there also that are already under the MVP banner. You get Jake Paul, because they keep saying, no matter what, Jake Paul's getting in the hexagon. He's doing MVP MMA. They keep saying this. Are you thinking boxing?
I think that's more likely for boxing.
Oh God.
I think if you're going to do
think
MMA, you do the other one that you're going to say.
I think you're missing out on a massive payday by being like, Jake Paul is making his foray into MMA against Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I just think that
Imagine he loses these last 2 fights in the UFC, he becomes a free agent, and then it's just like, all right, bro, we're just gonna go collect the scalp of like the most hated dude in combat sports, and it's gonna be done by Conor McGregor, who is the biggest star to ever touch the sport.
I think there's a world where he could beat him in boxing, though.
Yeah, I think that's the case, but like, you would rather see the guy who is such a massive superstar going against this hated dude in the space in Jake Paul in his own world in MMA.
Yeah, and Conor McGregor is really one of the only guys that could dictate those terms, right?
Yeah.
Every other Jake Paul opponent is not like we've heard Nate Diaz and Mike Perry and all this stuff. Like, Jake, fight me in Tyron Woodley, fight me in MMA. None of them have the juice to be able to say like you have to do that. Jake is the payday for them. He's the payday for them. You come fight me in boxing. You don't dictate the terms. You don't have a choice.
Conor McGregor's the payday here.
Conor McGregor's the A side of that fight. With all due respect to Jake Paul and what he's been able to build in combat sports and MVP as a promotion, Conor McGregor's still the A side in combat sports.
Jake Paul's also a crazy fuck, man. You don't think he would be like, yeah, I want to fight Conor McGregor in a cage.
Do we see D1 Jake Paul? We see fucking training the
blast that double, bro.
Blast that double. Either way,
you don't think fucking Conor McGregor wants to uppercut dude into the third row?
I think he wants to do it in either discipline, but I think you're right. And it's a bigger fight. MMA, is it a bigger fight?
I know boxing has a wider berth, but it's just like Conor McGregor is MMA. I know he did the Floyd Mayweather match, but it's just like you would rather see him. I don't want to see him go to Jake's discipline. I want to see Jake come to his.
Is Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor a bigger fight than Islam versus Conor McGregor?
In MMA?
Globally.
Yes. On Netflix?
I don't know.
On Netflix?
They're both on Netflix.
Yes. I actually can say on the backing of Netflix unequivocally.
Despite the Khabib tie to
it would be massive. It would be massive. Don't get me wrong, but I think Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor in MMA on Netflix would do bigger numbers than Islam versus Conor on Paramount Plus. To your point, though, the Khabib ties, Conor McGregor would also be fighting for a title, and that would mean he was coming off a win against Maximus Holloway. So it would be pretty fucking huge. So
imagine you do it in Croke Park. You do it in fucking. I don't know if you get Islam to agree to that, but I agree with you. Ultimately, I do think that's the bigger fight, and so that's why I fall on the side of believing that Conor McGregor's last UFC fights will be these two.
Another one, Nate Diaz, MVP, Netflix headliner.
Yep.
Also massive.
Yeah.
Massive, massive, massive.
Nate can lose till the cows come home. Conor versus Nate has the juice. I don't care what condition. I don't care what condition both of their careers are in. Nate versus Conor is special. So, yeah. That's what I would do.
Final prediction, next 3 fights.
Max Holloway, we know, right? That's the one. I mean, God willing, we know that that's the one. Carlos Praches, Jake Paul.
I'm going to go Max Holloway, Paddy Pimblett.
Makes sense.
At 170.
Yep.
Nate Diaz on Netflix.
None of these are bad options, right? Like both the ones we laid out, I think are viable and amazing. Interestingly enough, though, that we both believe that this is the end of the UFC run for Conor McGregor. That he gets these two in, and then he goes on to greener pastures.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense with the way he talks about it. Like, he's talked about BKFC, everything like that. Like,
and he wants to do that, too. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Also, like, we've seen him take to Twitter and be like, bro, they have me by handcuffs. I'm begging for a fight, and they're not giving me one. I mean, we've heard about the Carlos Praches ties. Like, and that he was willing and able if that was what it's going to be. So, like, I think he just wants to do the fights. And obviously, he has that confidence in himself that he's going to win.
Yeah. I don't think he wins that fight. I think it goes pretty badly and brutally. And that's how the UFC sends most of the guys out. Like, we get, when we get a Dustin versus Max, it feels special. Or even like, you get Chiesa retiring on his terms against an opponent that's like favorable. But like, when you have a guy like Conor McGregor, one, you want to damage him on the way out the door if you're vindictive. And speaking candidly, I would do this, right? If I was a promoter, if I was the one, that's what I would do.
For what this guy's done for the promotion.
Yes, but he's going to be a star for somebody else in a second, and I don't want him to be a bigger star for somebody else. That's what I would do.
You know he's not going to be a bigger star in the end. Like he's turning 38.
That Netflix fight would do some numbers.
Would do crazy numbers, bro, but it's not fucking double champ and MSG fucking I want to take this time to apologize to nobody.
There's no doubt in my mind that they will send him out sad, that they will do everything they can to diminish him on the way out the door. But the journey might be the means. The ends will justify the means. The way he gets to that final fight, regardless of how bad it is, regardless how bad the matchup is, if he becomes a free agent and waiting for him on the other side of that tunnel is a fight against Jake Paul and a fight against Nate Diaz and maybe a BKFC fight or whatever he wants to do, it will have been worth it in my opinion.
Regardless of whatever happens with him, having him back in the sport makes things that much more interesting. And, you know, like you said, knock on wood, he's entering the octagon on July 11th against Max Holloway, and then we'll see where we go from there, depending on the performance. But it's fascinating times here in the sport of mixed martial arts. Over these next 6-7 weeks, things are going to get real interesting with this White House card and International Fight Week.
We played that Nikisa clip. And every time, even, you know, that was in response to Ariel asked him basically any interest in Conor McGregor. You know, it seems like there's 2 fights remaining on his deal. What do you think? And he responded that he's very interested in Conor McGregor. Every time Nikisa and MVP talk about Conor McGregor, there's a lot of reverence. There's a lot of, you know, they're not taking shots at Conor McGregor. I think everybody knows that this business aspect
you say that
become a reality.
You say MVP, but Jake Paul is always
he wants to fight him.
Yeah, he's just like they were like, oh, did you see Conor's fighting Max? And Jake was like, oh, the cokehead's back. Good for him.
The promotional arm of MVP and Nikisa is the one that's treating it properly. The fighter arm of MVP is doing exactly what he needs to do.
All right, let's go to this weekend. No UFC, but we do have the Glory and Giza card on DAZN. We've got PFL Brussels. And who could forget, we got Brandrisk 14, baby. That's going to be a great one going down in the UFC Apex. Let's start with this Glory and Giza card. Alexander Usyk taking on Rico Verhoeven in a boxing match. World champion, heavyweight. Alexander Usyk, world champion, heavyweight. Kickboxing, Rico Verhoeven. We got the face-off right there.
I mean, this is incredible.
They've got me intrigued just based on the location, man. I might be more interested to see how. No, I was gonna say I might be more interested to see how this looks in the White House because it's like it's such an epic, incredible backdrop. But like, do we have the pictures of these guys? The pictures are absolutely insane.
Oh
this
my
picture,
Lord.
like if you are Alexander Usyk or Rico Verhoeven, that's getting framed. I'm getting this blown up and framed. Are you kidding me?
This is
like a
shit,
movie poster.
Yeah, this is some shit that people are like AI slop, and you're like, no, actually, we were fucking there.
This is legit. This is absolutely real. Rico Verhoeven, also like the edits that have come out of this, whether they're AI or not, that like the Ring has been posting. Like they had one where Rico was where he was Indiana Jones, like trying to get the WBC belt. Like there's been so many good ones. Alexander Usyk as like a pharaoh sitting on the throne. Like it is incredible what they've been able to do. The King of the Nile belt, we showed this yesterday with Solomon, but they like posted a picture that's like breaking down every angle of it. The winged solar disc, the crook and flail Heka and Nekhaka, the Eye of the Horus, the sacred scarabs. I mean, this is making me want to go watch The Mummy right now, but WBC.
Jordan, you ever seen The Mummy?
Punches.
The Mummy? Not familiar. Who's in that?
This is crazy.
Brendan Fraser? Are you actually being serious?
He's
Jordan's
serious.
never seen it. We were talking about this yesterday.
Bedazzled? You ever seen Bedazzled?
Of course I've seen Bedazzled.
Yeah,
Elizabeth Hurley? Shout out.
Yo, The Mummy I watched recently. It's leaving HBO soon.
Recently for the first time?
No.
Oh,
Did you guys see that new Mummy that came out? I haven't seen that one yet.
No.
We don't need it.
Actually, Mrs. On Air a few weeks ago put The Mummy on to go to sleep, and I watched like 5 minutes, and I kind of chuckled. And she was like, why are you making fun of my movie?
The Brendan Fraser one.
The Brendan Fraser
to go to
one.
sleep
that's horrible.
That is disrespectful.
Yeah.
Also, that's just a weird go to sleep movie. It's kind of like there's like it's not scary, but there's like some like
it's
kind of
tense.
Yeah, there's kind of gross snes. Like
it just seemed a little.
The bugs coming out, the sandstorms, everything.
Yeah, it seemed what? What was that?
Just like a little, it was gimmicky.
Oh my god.
Dude, it's a late 90s like action movie.
How dare you?
with Brendan Fraser.
And it spawned the Scorpion King.
Shout out to the
Which we didn't
with The
need.
Rock.
Yeah, shout out.
Oh, I
one's
needed
great.
it desperately, Andy.
We
I
didn't
love the
need
Scorpion
that.
King.
Do you like the
Shout out
Scorpion
to
King?
Dwayne. Shout out to my boy Dwayne.
Scorpion King, goated.
Oh, there we go.
Shout out to Giza. Shout out to the Mummy. Shout out to the Pyramids. Shout out to the King of the Nile Belt. Do we need it? No, but it's kind of cool. Also, like, how many of these can Alexander Usyk get? He's got
How many belts? Yeah, infinite.
How many of the fake WBC belts can he get? He has several of these now at this point because he never loses any of the fights. Not only are we getting the belt, we're also getting a custom WBC pendant for this one. I believe there's like 500 diamonds in it. It's a glove with a crown on it. Ryan Garcia got one. Fondora got one. 18.9 carats, 833 stones, 520 emeralds.
Unless I'm crazy, isn't this what some of their fees go toward? Don't the sanctioning fees that the fighters are paying go toward them making 833 carat diamond pendants that nobody gives a fuck about?
I'm like, bro, I don't need this shit. Why do I need this? This is just one of my many belts.
If anybody was to not get one, it would be Usyk, right? The like all business guy who doesn't give a shit about any of this, and they're like, "Here's your $15,000 pendant, sir," and he's just like, "Cool." He gives it to somebody off to the side.
So he'll have the WBC belt. I believe the ring belt is also on.
So we're just assuming he wins, huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna take a bold stance here. Alexander Usyk, one of the greatest heavyweights, if not the greatest heavyweight of this generation, going against a kickboxer, Enrico Verhoeven.
Yeah.
World class, incredible kickboxer, but you're taking away half of his skill set to specialize in something that Alexander Usyk is unbelievable in.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's anyone that I would favor over Alexander Usyk.
Not at this point in heavyweight boxing.
Like Atama's too young. He's obviously... I'm still favoring Usyk.
I'm still favoring Usyk, but that's the most interesting one.
Yeah, for sure. There's a chance because we don't know Atama's
ceiling,
ceiling
yeah.
and he has that nuclear concussive, you're dead power. But like, he's beaten Joshua, he's beaten Fury, he's
multiple
beaten Dubois.
times. Yeah,
he's
everybody multiple times.
He's just like there's no one I would favor him over. So like they had to do something to shake it up, and they're giving him Rico Verhoeven.
Shout out to Jason Statham for getting it done. You know,
legend,
the beekeeper
of the bald
himself,
game. The beekeeper. Power player in the Bald brand, in the Bald Brotherhood. I'll see you at the next meeting, Jason.
If he was in The Mummy, I'd be watching.
Billy Zane with a shaved head was in The Mummy. Bald Billy Zane was in The Mummy.
Not Jason Statham.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, Bald BZ. Shout out to him. My biggest curiosity with this fight is not how it plays out. I do think Alexander Usyk is successful, whether that be by decision or by knockout. My biggest question is how it's going to look. So we did get a video from the Ring and DAZN of them building this. So like they're really out there. They're just like at the pyramids and they started from scratch, straight on the sand, and like they're building platforms and everything to like build this thing up into a venue. I saw that all the seats are sold out for this one. Like, look at this. This is unbelievable. It looks like they're going on an archaeological dig, and instead they're building a boxing ring. I mean,
what is the larger riser for?
Look, man, I'm not a construction guy, you know?
You think they're worried about bugs?
Honestly,
you mean
yeah.
like the Dana White Nats conversation from yesterday?
Yeah, I think they're worried about something far more sinister than that.
You're talking like a plague, like locusts, like in The Mummy when the...
You never know from The Mummy. So we see the platforms. We haven't seen the stadium yet. DAZN released some AI renderings of what it could potentially look like.
So what they're building right there is probably just the seating.
Yeah. Which will obviously, encapsulate the ring. Will there be a tarp over it? I don't know. This seems ridiculous. I don't think we're going to get like...
Wait, this is that same thing?
No, obviously not. This is just AI renderings like I think DAZN just kind of threw in the prompt. Like there's no way we're getting like the half gladiator arena like looking out onto the pyramid.
I mean, it'd be fucking incredible, but it didn't look
It
like
would be
that in
fucking incredible. I mean,
construction.
look at this. You got like the torches outside the Coliseum. I don't think they're going to be able to build all that up. Sometimes they just kind of do a little bit of disservice by doing these like sick looking AI renderings, and then it doesn't live up to that. You were at the Times Square card.
I was.
Put on by the Ring. Here's what the AI rendering of the Times Square card looked like. Smack middle of Times Square, Ring logos everywhere.
It actually looked exactly like this.
Did it?
If you put 7-foot walls up around and couldn't see any of the stuff that they were just showing.
This is a picture of what it actually looked like. Credit this is just about the best picture you can get.
This is the best picture you can get.
It doesn't show, to your point, the walls surrounding it and everything like that. It's tough to put on a fight in Times Square. Like, let's give them a little bit of credit. But, like, the package on television, in my opinion, looked like shit. It was nothing special. Once they started fighting, it just looked like a normal fight.
It did not feel very special. It was there were moments of just like you're sitting there and you like look up and you're like, holy shit, like that's Bubba Gump Shrimp. That's you know the screens in Times Square. Like there was moments of that when the fights are not happening that you're like, yeah, we really are in Times Square. Like this is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But then when you put your eyes back to the ring and you're looking around and it's just you're in a closed off part of the city, it didn't really have that feel. They obviously won't have to deal with the foot traffic there.
Yeah.
So they don't have to worry about crowd control, barriers, you know, that type of thing necessarily. If they do have like an open space of some sort where you're looking straight out to the pyramids and they're fighting with that as the backdrop in the way that I imagine the UFC White House card is going to have the White House as the backdrop, that's going to be pretty special.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just like, it all depends what it's going to look like when the fights actually start. There may just not be a way to incorporate where they are. Because like think about the Sphere for the UFC. Once the fights themselves actually started, it just kind of looked like a normal UFC broadcast.
The screens were utilized well with the Sphere with some of the stuff that they were doing. But yes, like sometimes is a juice not worth the squeeze on some of these, yes. But like to even get that face-off picture that we just showed, I guess it's worth it. Like you're at least trying something where people go, oh fuck, like they did that? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean also like if this was at the O2 in London or in Saudi Arabia just at a normal arena, I don't know if I would have near the intrigue other than just Alexander Usyk is fighting.
That's right. It would be just another Usyk fight.
The fact that they're doing it right with the glory in Giza and you've got the posters in the gold and them in the outfits and everything like that, and like they're really buying into like we're doing this at the pyramids, I think is helping with the branding. They have a couple of Egyptian fighters on the card as well. So yeah, I think this is the proper fight to do at a location like this.
Makes sense.
Final prediction?
Usyk cruises. Like it's just not.
I'm gonna say Usyk knockout 7.
Yeah, Rico Verhoeven is a very good fighter, a very tough fighter, a fantastic kickboxer. Definitely the best heavyweight kickboxer of our era. One of the best of all time. He's losing half his weapons, as you said. Like this is Usyk's bread and butter, and he's better than the top guys in this sport. Like, what chance does a guy who's not even in this sport have coming over?
Could you imagine if Rico pulled off the
I mean, it would be incredible for him. If it happens, the only reason it would have happened is Usyk slipped and has lost a step. That's the only reason that would happen. There's no version of Usyk in his prime that could lose to Rico Verhoeven.
The WBC belt is on the line. If Rico Verhoeven wins, he is the WBC heavyweight champion of the world.
Has huge fights waiting for him, right? Francis Ngannou, just by knocking down Tyson Fury and fighting in a competitive fight, got another huge payday. Likely will at some point again probably box and have a big payday. If Rico can defeat the best of this generation, I mean, all bets are off. He will have massive paydays ahead of him.
Oh, it would be crazy to see. Hamza Shiraz is also fighting on the card as well as Jack Catterall. So a nice little card, and I believe if you've got a DAZN subscription, this one's free. You don't got to pay any extra for it.
Nice.
If you got the DAZN Ultimate, you don't got to pay for it anyway. Just $49.99 a month here in the States.
There you go. Shout out to them.
I've looked into that a couple times. I've made it to the website, seen the Ultimate package, and then I'm just like, nah.
You're right there.
Can't justify that price tag. Y'all need to drop that thing down. Over to the world of mixed martial arts, PFL going down in Brussels this weekend, Belgium. I don't know if they've ever been there before. I don't know if any major MMA promotion has been to Belgium. I could be sleeping. I could absolutely be sleeping. But they got their very own Patrick Habib taking on the legend, Benson Henderson, in the main event. We were talking about it before the show. We got to be honest with what this is. Like, this is a tailor-made matchup for Patrick Habib to build himself on a name that once was in Benson Henderson. Habib 5 inches taller, 4 inches of reach, 17 years younger than Benson Henderson. 16 fights, pro and amateur, since the last time Benson Henderson fought in MMA.
No fucking way. 16?
He is 8-0. in professional mixed martial arts, and he had 8 amateur fights since March of 2023, the last time Benson Henderson fought.
Jesus Christ. This is going to be a
won all of them in his home country.
I mean, he's an incredible prospect. The fact that, on its face alone, just the age and the miles, comparison, it would have been an easy, pick to pick Habirora. But the fact that he's been this busy in the time since Benson last competed in MMA, it's a coffin nail.
And to your point, we were talking about it earlier. Since then, that was March 10, 2023, he lost to Usman Nurmagomedov in MMA. He then went against Neiman Gracie at a grappling match, lost that one. Anthony Pettis in karate combat, lost that one. Beat Chris Avila in a boxing match, lost to Idris Virgo in a boxing match, lost to Arman Sarukian in a grappling match, lost to Aljamain Sterling in a wrestling match. So over the last 3 years, the only victory he has had is against Chris Avila.
Yeah, in a boxing match, right?
Yep. He's 42 years old. He's going against a 25-year-old who has got the rocket ship attached to him. 7 of his 8 wins are by knockout. He's got that swagger. He's got the backing of his home country. Habirora feels like the next big star for PFL.
Here's the good news for Benson Henderson backers.
I'd love it.
He has nothing to lose. He knows he's supposed to lose. He's not an idiot. He knows that he's in there to lose to Habirora and him and Habirora to get propelled into outer space. So he can fight a little bit free. There's not a lot of pressure, right? He hasn't been doing a lot of winning lately. He's creeping toward retirement as opposed to the other way, right? Not the up-and-comer in his career. There's nothing to lose here. You can go out there and fight as free as you possibly can. Whereas on the other side, on Habirora's side, there is some pressure, right? You are supposed to steamroll Benson Henderson. You are supposed to absolutely murder this guy. That's the pressure on his side. But that's where the confidence toward the Benson Henderson supporters ends. He's outgunned, he's outsized, he's outspeed. There's no area where he has an advantage other than experience, and that experience isn't a huge advantage when the physicality is so much in the favor of Habirora and the recent success is so much in the favor of Habirora.
Well, I also have another bit of good news. If you are a Benson Henderson backer, as you said, you'll get him at 10-1. He is plus 1,000. Habirora is minus 2,000. Yesterday when the odds got released, he was a minus 700. He has ballooned up to a minus 2,000 now. And if you're unfamiliar with Patrick Habirora, I highly recommend watching this fight. I recommend watching his previous fights. Go on the dude's Instagram. He's doing fashion shows. He's going to F1, getting the star treatment. The dude dresses. He's got the look. He's got the fighting skills to match. Going to music festivals, and he's on the stage with big celebrities. He has that potential to be a star. He has only 8 fights into his professional career, and you can kind of feel the momentum building behind him. And to me, to go to Belgium, put him in the main event against a guy like Benson Henderson, feels like PFL feels the exact same way.
This is the Paul Hughes, right, in Belfast. We know that this is Cedric Doumbé in France. Yep. We know we have somebody here. We want to put them in the best possible opportunity to succeed. Come support them as a local crowd, and then let's see how we can build upon this. This feels picture perfect as a game plan. It is a little bit funny coming on the heels of what everybody was complaining about. Oh, the squash matches on the Netflix MMA card. Oh my God, it's rigged, it's fixed. How could you do this? Blah blah blah. And then we look at the second most long tenured major promotion in MMA, and they're doing a minus 2,000 fight. Meanwhile, everybody a week ago was crying about it.
Minus 2,000. There's a minus 700 or minus 780 in the co-main, minus 800 in the third one down, and then the main event.
That sure feels like what we watched last week, but that's just me. That's just me.
The co-main event. You've got 2 UFC vets, Taylor Lapilus versus Jake Hadley. Lapilus, man, 24-4 in his career, went 6-2 in the UFC.
Crazy.
The
performances are just not exciting enough.
It just isn't exciting enough. Got a finish last time out, 11-1 in his last 12. Jake Hadley, of course, not on the same run as Taylor Lapilus is. They're also at Taylor Lapilus's natural weight class in 135. Jake Hadley used to be a 125er. I get why Lapilus is a big favorite. He may not be that exciting.
He wins.
He wins, bro.
Fucking wins.
So, yeah, we got that for the co-main.
He's one of those guys that everybody was like, wait, he got cut? because he just wins. Like he's a winning fighter. As you said, what was his record? 24-4?
24-4.
Yeah, he's
6
good,
and
man.
2 in the UFC.
He's a
11
great
and
fighter.
1 in his last 12. So yeah, like a decent co-main event is going to be happening in the afternoon over here in the States. Like you're obviously going to get it for free to be able to watch it. I do want to talk about the featured bout of the evening. My guy, Boris Atangana. Everyone talking about Patrick Habirora.
This is
Boris
your guy.
Atangana, repping Belgium as well.
Okay.
Has been fighting in the PFL. He's fighting Jared Night Train Gooden, also another UFC vet.
Yeah.
Very similar to Habirora. 8-0, just like Habirora. All of his wins coming by finish. We have the clip here. In one of his most recent fights, knocked dude's mouthpiece clean out. Ooh. Sent the mouthpiece flying.
Ooh.
Got the hands.
Look at the extension. Can we run that back? Can we re-rack that? I want to watch the extension on this hook. Look at where this hook's coming from. His arm was out. Look at this hook. Boom. The other angle's crazier. This next angle.
Boom.
This one. His arm was that was nasty shit. Nasty shit. Nothing short about that hook. He just took his head off.
Him and Habirora, boys. He's
training out of Belgium. Yeah,
I was going to say he trains out of Brussels, so this is a big moment for him. Similar to Habirora, he's got that style. We've got a few pictures of it. Like he's always got the fits on. Like he says that he's got the grills in. He says he's the best dressed MMA fighter in the world. He's like,
looking at that, he's probably right,
bro. He's got the drip, man. He's like, wait till my bank account matches my vision for my style. He's got the cowboy hat and the toothpick, the Joker diamond chain there. Like, bro, he's kind of like Habirora, bro. Like, he's got that swagger to him. He's got the skills. He's been getting finishes. So, another guy to be excited about, fighting in his home country of Belgium.
Is Belgium the new, like, hotbed for MMA? Is Belgium, like, the new spot you need to be if you're a prospect on the rise? 8-0? How old is he?
I think he's around Habirora's age. 25-ish?
Yeah, I don't see an age on his Tapology.
Oh, yeah, his Tapology says no birthday.
Yeah, I don't know.
We like that, bro. We don't need to know, man.
Cameroonian born, it looks like. Damn. Shout out. Oh, my God. He had an extensive amateur career, too.
Yeah,
he was 7-0 as an amateur.
Yeah, bro.
Him and Habirora are on that same kind of wave.
Don't sleep on Boris. The Boris boys are up
I didn't know about Boris. I'm telling you. You put him on.
I'm telling you, don't sleep on my guy Boris this weekend.
You put him on.
Shout out to Belgium. All right. Yeah, GC's main event. Shout out to Boris Atangana. Let's go. That's going to be a good one this weekend. We don't have UFC. There's no, like, real major event, but, like, we still got some fights to watch.
There's a major event.
There is a major event, and it's going down at the UFC Apex this weekend, and that is...
Oh, it's a UFC fight?
No. But some would say it's even better than a UFC fight. Brandrisk 14.
Oh, boy.
Johnny Manziel versus Bob Menery. I wish we had the drop. Menery's fucking back. Johnny Manziel, Heisman Trophy winner, former NFL quarterback, taking on Bob Menery, actor, social media star. You got Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson, two NBA vets. These are MMA fights, by the way. This is not boxing. You've got Ray J versus Super Hot Fire. You got Tommy Tough Knuckles versus Dom the Troll.
Was his name actually Tommy Tough Knuckles?
right down there in the corner, Tommy Tough Knuckles. It's going to be on YouTube, Kick, Twitch, X, TikTok, live on all platforms. I did hear it's like
nightmares.
I did hear it's like an 11 p.m. Eastern start. Hopefully that's the main event.
That's a little late.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably just gonna catch these things clipped off. Obviously, like Aiden Ross is backing this, so it feels like this is gonna be clips heavy.
This feels the construction of this shit feels like the early days of Misfits. It feels like the early
1,000%.
days of when it was like porn stars and influencers and all the like real, not like people who didn't really like want to fight seriously, but like wanted to make a quick payday, you get some notoriety and then kind of like capitalize and roll that fame into something else. And then it felt like that was going away for a bit. Even Misfits seem to be getting like more legitimate. Like they're signing the Tony Fergusons and Dylan Dennis's and Anthony Taylors and guys like that and getting away from that. And now we're bringing it back. Shout out to Brandrisk. Shout out to Aiden Ross for bringing back like the goofy ass fights where NBA players who have probably never trained to fight a day in their lives are going to scrap it out.
Yeah, I mean this is
who you got, Lance Stevenson or Michael Beasley?
All right, so I've been looking for odds all morning on it. It's sponsored by RainBet, so I think you can bet it there, but I can't seem to
You don't know who's the favorite?
I can't seem
I'll tell
to
you
get
right
access.
now, Lance Stevenson's from New York City, so he's about to beat Michael Beasley's ass. I'll tell you that.
All right, hold on. I'm pulling up RainBet right now to see if I can get it. I saw a slip where like Johnny Manziel was like quite a big favorite. Oh, here we go. Brandrisk 14. Access is forbidden in my location. Who's got that VPN, bro?
VPN out.
Someone get that VPN. I can't even look at the odds though. That's kind of shitty. Yeah, I saw Johnny Manziel was a big favorite.
Oh, you mean the former professional athlete versus the guy who does voices? The voice guy is not a favorite against the former professional athlete?
Andy had some concern for Ray J, huh?
I mean, it looks like he's not in good shape, guys.
Yeah.
Ray J should probably not do this one.
Have we seen weigh-ins for this yet? No, that'll be...
Are they weighing in?
They have to, right? It's a sanctioned fight.
Is it a sanctioned fight?
It's at the Apex. I assume the commission is involved. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid.
Does the Apex matter? Like,
Maybe?
Was that a maybe I'm
Can me
stupid?
and you not go?
Yeah.
Can me and you not go fight in the Apex right now?
I mean, we did visit the warehouse in the desert. Can somebody look up whether these are pro fights or not? I actually don't know.
I can't imagine that they're professional. We do have some breaking news here on the program.
Oh. Wow, not bad, Jordan.
I believe this was Jordan, or was this? Yeah, it was Jordan. He sent this with great urgency. Ketlin Vieira has been removed from the UFC roster. She leaves after defeating Jacqueline Cavalcanti. It's tough.
That's
Fifth-ranked bantamweight, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, that is a little bit weird just because she's like a top contender, and I don't know how many more opportunities there are for women at 135 outside the UFC. Like, doesn't feel like we have a lot of options there. But maybe she's about to make some kind of like move into boxing, or maybe MVP is going to do some more women's fights.
Ronda Rousey, Ketlin Vieira?
No.
Ivan Erslan also parts way despite winning his last fight. Tuco Tacos and Daniel Barres have also been removed. So, tough to see. One last thing before we get over to Ariel. We just talked about the fights this weekend. The fights last weekend. No picks and no bets this weekend. But the Parlay Pals hit, baby. We're getting hot. Don't let us get hot. 20 and 40. Up a unit. There it is. This obviously pick made by the lads in Los Angeles. Woo! It's taken quite a while, but the boys have made it back in the green. 20 wins, 40 defeats.
Okay, I got to be honest.
Yeah, be honest.
Looking back at this graphic,
Uh-huh.
Ronda Rousey by submission minus 210 is possibly the dumbest thing that nobody, like universally across the entire globe, that should have been bet up the ass to like the point that the books lost money on it.
Okay, I actually think, can we show that graphic one more time? Let me just throw this in a parlay calculator right quick. Ronda Rousey by submission, and like we knew this going into it. I felt very confident about these. Aileen Pereira, talk about by
Dicey.
the fucking hair on your ass.
Dicey.
We barely got through that. Minus 500 and minus 210 on these. That pays out. -1, God.
Almost
dude,
even money for that?
Oh my God. That was minus 130, and that was like stone cold lock
of the century, yeah. Whew.
Was that the third stimulus check?
Okay. Ronda
sneak that in there?
taking her down and landing some elbows, I thought was at least in play. Now, obviously, now in hindsight, that looks stupid as fuck. Of course, she was going to submit her. She was going to armbar her the whole time.
Yeah.
But like, I thought maybe that could be a world. Anyway, we're up. 33% of the time we win. 33% of the time, baby.
1 in every 3. 33% of the time, we win every time. Remember that one. All right, we teased it at the top of the show. Obviously, some big breaking news with Scott Coker returning to the world of mixed martial arts. We now bring in our boy, Ariel Helwani, to discuss that. Ariel, what's good, man?
Hello, gents. Hello, gents. A rare appearance on the program. It's been a minute. Not trying to overtake what you guys are doing or ruin the vibes, but yes, this is a big day. This is a very interesting day, and thought I'd share some of the things that I know about what's going on with Scott Coker's re-entry into the world of MMA. I do want to say before I get into that, just three perhaps very quick things. I have been talking about this Khabib Dana White thing for quite some time, and I've said how I felt it was so disrespectful time and again, where Dana White keeps saying that this guy walked away because he got too much money or he got too rich or he got too famous. Khabib's reason for walking away might be the most honorable reason that anyone has ever given us as far as a superstar athlete and why they wanted to stop doing the thing that they're so good at. His father passed away. His mother asks him to stop. He stops, and he's never even flirted with the idea, even though the UFC has offered him fights like GSP in the past. So I don't blame him for feeling that sort of way. Number two, very quickly, Ludwig Kaiser is the man. Free Ludwig Kaiser. If they stop him from competing on May 30th in the mask versus mask match in Mexico, are you kidding me? This is so unfortunate. Originally, when I saw it, I was like, oh no, please not. Domestic violence, something like that. It's like the guy loves his girlfriend. He's having a good time. Like, leave him alone. All right.
Have some manners. Please have some manners.
Have you ever been uncontrollably intimate in your life?
Absolutely not. I don't believe in PDA, but look, the guy is living his best life. His girlfriend is living her best life. They're doing great things together on AAA television. And leave the man alone and let us have that match. Let us have that match on May 30th. It is too great for it to be taken away from us. And number three, Ryan Garcia versus Ilia Topuria is big box office. I would love to see that. But nevertheless, I digress. Scott Coker's been working on this for a while. He's been working on this since before the year started. I'm not trying to come on here and being like, oh, I knew about this, but I was sworn to secrecy off the record, can't touch it, don't look into it, all these things and more. He's getting his familiar band back together, so to speak. There's a lot of people who he worked with in the Strikeforce and Bellator days that he's putting together to join him in this venture. Some have already joined him. Some may have very recently worked for other organizations. And so this is a sort of, band back together type of vibe, type of sentiment. He does have some pretty powerful players behind him. He's raised $60 million, as was noted in the press release that came out earlier today. He's got a lot of television or ex-television exec type of people behind him. Perhaps most notably to MMA fans, Kevin Kay, who was for a very long time the president of Spike TV and who was the president of Spike TV when they signed the UFC way back when. Ultimate Fighter 2005. A lot of you know that story. And so he's on this board as well, and he's a part of the investment group. They don't have a name, a sort of like placeholder working title name, if you will. You can actually even see it at the very bottom of the press release if you're a media member out there who got it. And the emails are all at Strike MMA. Now, obviously, Scott Coker's original claim to fame was Strikeforce. He can't use the term Strikeforce, but Strike MMA. I asked if that was the official name. I was told no, but it's sort of like the working title, if you will. That could obviously change. They're not planning on putting on events in 2026. They're hoping to do so in 2027. They don't have a TV deal just yet. Obviously, you need distribution. You need a rights deal. You need all these things and more to be a successful entity. But they're hoping to secure that. My one piece of advice, if I can, unsolicited. No one asked me for this advice, but I'd like to offer it anyway. In the New York Times article about it, and in the press release as well, there is a mention of the word, which I think is maybe the dirtiest word in mixed martial arts right now, a word that should probably be banned. The number one most hated term in mixed martial arts, at least for me, right now, starts with a T and it ends with a T, and that's tournament. And they are planning some sort of tournament around all of this as being sort of, I don't want to say the crown jewel, but the centerpiece. Please, Scott, for the love of God, please remember what made you a beloved figure in this sport, and that was Strikeforce, especially circa 2009 to 2011. And there was the odd Grand Prix, if you will, and I know it ended with the heavyweight Grand Prix, no tournament. And you know how I know no tournament? Because Bellator tried it, PFL tried it very recently. It's not like you could say like, oh, the IFL tried it in 2007. Please, no tournament. Put on fun fights, be the fun place, take a page out of what we saw this past weekend, sponsors, glitz, glamour, etc. Do your own thing, have your own identity, but please, we don't want a tournament. We don't want a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. None of that nonsense. Put on fun fights and enjoy, make us enjoy MMA the way we used to enjoy MMA. To me, the biggest story is twofold. Number one, Scott Coker returning. And number two, all of a sudden, we were looking at a landscape in which MMA was just the UFC, with the PFL barely hanging on. And the PFL may have gotten a little bit too comfortable. I don't think that's a fair thing to say. They overhauled the entire regime very recently. Don Davis leaving, all that stuff and more, John Martin. But for the longest time, they were what? The de facto number two. They are no longer that. And now all of a sudden we are staring at a landscape in 2027 where there may be 4 players in MMA. And I'm not talking about the Octagons and the KSWs and the Cage Warriors. I'm talking about 4 players who are, trying to establish themselves here in the United States. One is the UFC. They're already established. You don't have to worry about them. And then there's the PFL. We don't know where they're going to land come 2027. And then there's MVP. Nikisa telling us yesterday they are fully in the MMA business. They're open. And now there's the Scott Coker entry. And so to me, this is great news for fighters. This is great news for managers. This is great news for coaches. It's great news for the sport because we always say there needs to be competition. I'm not saying any of these people should try to compete with the UFC. That would be foolish. That would be dumb. I'm not even saying to poke the bear. Leave them alone. But other entries, other spots, other places for fighters to negotiate with, to sign with. Look at Pumi Nakuda. No one was talking about him a week ago. All of a sudden, he comes into the sport, and now people are talking about him and interested in him. So I think this is a very, very interesting thing. Obviously, an announcement isn't all that you need. You need to put together a deal, a roster, all that stuff and more. But Coker's back, and I know a lot of people are into that.
You said a lot there. Thank you for some additional insights. You mentioned how good this will be for fighters, managers, and there's no doubt, right? As they have more options and ability to kind of like navigate their careers, they have more people that are willing to pay them. They have the ability to drive up the price when they're negotiating across the board. Is it good for this new upstart promotion? Like earlier in the show, we kind of asked, essentially I asked the question, would it have been better to go in a slow time, right? When there's not as many players in the market, and now you have more opportunity to build your brand and actually be able to like kind of, carve out something without having to worry about that competition? Or alternatively, is it now the time because there's going to be more money in the market, because there's going to be so many other players at the table, there's going to be people going, well, they have MMA, I want to do MMA as well. Which way do you think that goes?
To me, this is the slow time. To me, this is the slow time for the sport. And so to me, this is the perfect time to get into it because I mentioned 4 entries. Well, one is the established big dog. The other is hanging on to an ESPN deal, and who knows what happens there. The third has only put on 1 event. Let's see what they actually do. And you're the 4th. And so to me, this is a slow time. This isn't 2008 where there was Strikeforce, Elite XC, IFL, UFC, and then the ones overseas as well. And so this is a perfect time. Also, with the way in which TV and rights and all this stuff is evolving, what is still the most premium thing? Why is Netflix getting into sports? It's because live sports is still king. Live sports is the one appointment viewing entity left in entertainment. You have to watch live. And with that comes great advertising, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that this makes a lot of sense. The question is, who are the suitors going to be? Obviously, it's not going to be CBS, Paramount, and they're going to gobble up, the Turner networks very shortly. Is it going to be Netflix? No, they seem to have the relationship with MVP, so I would be surprised. But Netflix is open to business with everyone. NBC Peacock has never really been all that interested in combat sports, let's be honest. Fox is out there. They don't have a great streaming platform. They're kind of the only one out of the big 4 that doesn't, but they did have the UFC. They did have boxing. They flirted with combat in the past. There's Amazon, of course, but I think Amazon's relationship with combat got off on the wrong foot with one championship. Apple, they had the MLS and F1. I don't know how, and baseball, I don't know how bullish they are right now on live sports because I don't think it worked out. I think they might have bet on the wrong horses. So I'm really curious to see who that entity is going to be because, make it very clear, this isn't breaking news. If you don't have a TV deal, you got nothing. You've literally got nothing. And so this is all well and good. And I'm very, very certain that they're well down that road of talking to people, pitching things. I know this. But if you don't secure that big time TV deal, you've got absolutely nothing. But to be clear, this is, in my opinion, a great time because of the way in which things are evolving.
Yeah, and I also have to think that if somebody is in the market for MMA and maybe misses out on a PFL, right? We have to imagine in the race right now, PFL's got a significant head start. They've got a library, they've got a roster, they've got all those things. If you're somebody who's in the race and PFL goes to XYZ partner, then maybe when you still wanted to get into the MMA game, that might be a good opportunity for a brand like this to slide in as the brand new entity and be able to provide some of those content hours.
And I could add this if I can very quickly. Sorry, I can add this. Like, I reached out to a few people at the PFL, and I was wondering what their take was on Saturday and this.
Okay.
And I think that this is the best thing to ever happen to the PFL. And I think that the PFL's sentiment, based on what has been said to me, is bring it on. This is going to up our game. And so now we're going to see what this new PFL regime is all about. We're about to find out, because you're 100% right. They have the leg up on MVP and on the Scott Coker entry because they have a roster, they have a schedule, they have, they've got a whole infrastructure in place. And so I think that finally, we always focus on someone lighting a fire under the UFC, and that will come as well. But right now, these two new guys are lighting a fire under the PFL, because the PFL is looking back saying, like, holy crap, if we take our eye off the prize here, we're going to get swallowed up and we'll be extinct in a year. So I find that component to be very, very interesting.
Almost build on each other until you can maybe one day go against the UFC. We appreciate it. We know you got somewhere to be. You excited for the night in the house, yeah?
Oh, yes. We will be in the building, the Mecca, Game 2. Peace and love, no shit talking. It's a long, long series. I do disagree with the sentiment that the winner of this series is going to get whooped by the winner of the Western Conference. They're banged up. They're beating each other up. Just get to the dance and crazy things can happen. Great show, guys. There was like 9 things at the top of the show that I think we could do like a whole deep dive on, but alas, we'll save that for next week. Keep it up. Peace and love. Go Knicks.
Sounds good, brother. Enjoy tonight. Go Knicks, go Cavs.
Thank you.
I'm Switzerland there. I'm Switzerland. All
right.
Interesting times in the world of MMA. Interesting times in the world of the NBA as well for you and Ariel, and also the Thunder and Spurs last night. Shout out.
Yeah, it's a good Final Four in the NBA going on right now. Fascinating to hear that he reached out to the PFL and they were like, "Bring it on! Let's get ready for war." Because yeah, like we so often think about everybody chasing the UFC. In reality, I know you teased like maybe one day. There is no day. You will never be the UFC. They are too firmly established. They are too good at what they do. They continue to make too much money. But there could be another PFL, no problem.
Yeah.
Like that is not a gap that is insurmountable. If MVP, like not for nothing, MVP's already done a better number by many, many multitudes than PFL has ever done in their entire history. PFL or Bellator. And so, there's new players in the game. It's a fascinating time. I don't know if I necessarily agree with Ariel that this is the best time for 2 reasons. One, as he was laying out those broadcast partners, every single one he was kind of Xing off. Every single one he was like, they tried MMA, they didn't love it. I don't know if they have the capacity for it. You're not getting to Netflix. There's no way. I guess there's a way, but I would be very skeptical. There's no way you're going on Paramount. ESPN just had a deal with PFL. Do they want to just do another thing with a promotion that's not necessarily...
ESPN, it seems clear that they're getting out of the MMA game.
They're firmly in the WWE game. They love what's going on there. And so I don't know how many broadcast partners there really are out there that are going to, be able to support a product like this. And then secondarily, he went back to, Ariel was talking about when there was Strikeforce, Elite XE, all this and that. 2 years ago, there was nobody in the game. 2 years ago, it was UFC, PFL, and then GFL was like, hey, we're going to go do something, and then they never did anything. That, to me, would have been a better time, right? Now you're battling MVP, who I think has a huge leg up. PFL, I think, has a leg up on MVP, just because, as I said, roster, archives, Bellator, all the stuff, like they have all that footage, they have all these live events already running that they can just come to a broadcast partner and be like, hey, we've got this infrastructure, just take it and broadcast it. MVP is closing that gap. One, they just put on the biggest event broadcast-wise in MMA history, probably, right? We don't quite know because of the global reach that was there at various times. 2, they've got big-name talent that they just worked with in terms of Francis Ngannou, Ronda Rousey, Nate Diaz, Mike Perry, and on and on and on. And they're catching up. But way behind them is this new offering. Nobody knows what it is. They don't have any broadcast partner. They don't have any dates. They don't have any fighters. They don't have anything. And so you're in a really, really dire position where you need to come out of the gates blazing hot. Otherwise, these other leagues are going to leave you in the dust. So I don't know that I love transparently. Like I'm not rooting for failure by any of them. I hope all 5 10 million promotions in MMA are successful because, as Ariel laid out, all the fighters get more options from it. I hope everybody's successful. But I do think they have their work cut out for them because of the fact that they're getting into it when some big players have already kind of just entered the game, like MVP.
We will see. We'll see what happens. An interesting time in the landscape of mixed martial arts. I'm being told in my ear by On Air Jordan that another Ilia tweet has hit the timeline. You tested positive. Okay, Ryan Garcia saying, aren't MMA fighters notorious for all being on the juice? Shut your ass up. Now that you can't stop talking, we can really do this after my fight in September just to flatline you. Ilia responds, you tested positive and still talk about flatlining people. That confidence is artificial. The world already saw what you needed to win. Juice in your ass. Yeah. Someone needs to make the graphic juice in ass, and it's a picture of Ryan Garcia.
Ryan Garcia with an Ilia bubble. Ilia's cold, man. Ilia's just like, think what you want about him. He could do this. He can't do this. Whatever. Like the thing you must grant Ilia Topuria is he really just does. He's not here for bullshit, right? He's just kind of like, I am going to fight whoever is the toughest fight. Islam Makhachev, I will fight you. Ryan Garcia, I will box you. He doesn't give a fuck.
Islam Makhachev, I will submit you. Ryan Garcia, I will knock you out in a boxing match. It actually fucks me up. He's 17-0, but on his Instagram, he already has 18-0, and I've seen that so many times that I thought he was 18-0.
Did you say earlier 18-0? I didn't even track.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, he's 17-0, but he just already has 18-0 written in the bio.
After the White House will be 18-0, so.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. The rivalry continues to brew. Oh, I'm interested in it for sure. I'm interested in it.
This is the first since Conor Floyd, the first MMA boxing shit that even got me a little bit compelled.
And I have a belief in Ilia Topuria,
it's hard not to
being able to pull that off.
Yeah.
All right, I am on my road to one day, fighting the likes of Ilia Topuria and Ryan Garcia. After last week when we were in Los Angeles, me, Rick, Casey, we rolled on down to Casey's gym. He's been inviting us forever. Man, you guys got to come train. We're always like, yeah, for sure. This time we had no excuse. He was like, Thursday, Friday, you're not really doing anything. Or Friday, Saturday, you're not really doing anything. How about you come down to California Mixed Martial Arts? Obviously, amazing staff there, amazing group of killers in there. Come train with us. We'll do wrestling one day, striking the next.
You were gung-ho. You were like, I'm getting in there no matter what.
I was like, you know what? I'm in. Let's do it. So we did that. The cameras were rolling. They caught every bit of it. I haven't even seen this full thing. So watch me get my ass beat for the next 20 minutes. Our trip to California Mixed Martial Arts. Enjoy. All right, we're still in Los Angeles, California Mixed Martial Arts. The man behind the camera will not be behind the camera for much longer. E. Casey Leiden has invited us to train at his gym, California Mixed Martial Arts. Luminaries walking around, Victor Henry, Taco Padilla. I've never trained before, so I guess we're gonna give it a shot. Wish me luck. Great to meet you, man. Thanks so much for having us in, man.
I'm excited to, is this your first time wrestling?
First time doing anything.
Ever?
Ever.
I like the haircut.
It's fucking, dude, I like the haircut and the balls, man.
Today?
Good. Yeah, what's up, guys?
Steal my job.
I don't know if...
Okay, shuffle in.
All right, shuffle in. All right, this is hot. All right, we're 2 minutes in. I'm already getting a little tired here.
Front rolls.
Holy shit, I don't know if I can do this one.
Excellent. Let's see it, Connor. Perfect, I'd say. Right side stays in front the entire time. I'm tucking that back leg.
Holy shit.
Go straight, follow the line. Yes, Case.
I feel like a lot of it is trusting your body, right? You can come out of that like a superhero.
Oop.
Zoom.
Hips come forward. Hips come forward.
Show me, Casey. I gotta get those hips forward. Bro, I think the most, first of all, this is just the warm-ups. I think the most underrated part is how dizzy you get, man. You're spinning.
Hip up.
Oh, fuck. Coolest move on earth or what?
I like it. Big push. That was it. You gotta make cooler sounds, dude.
I feel like I feel like the sound matches how cool I look. Close. Oh, Casey just got it. Damn, Casey. Good shit, bro.
All right, sexy sprawl.
Sexy sprawl, front roll.
Keep that arch. I'll take it. It's not the worst sexy sprawl.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay, now we're gonna do head springs. Okay, so front roll.
Oh my God.
These are hard.
Oh my God.
Got it? One heel,
Here we go.
try to land on. Go, Casey, go. Right shot. Ooh. Nice. That's good enough, man. Don't worry about the head spring.
Drop down.
Good. Big step.
Forward.
Good. I'll take it. And then step up back to your right leg
Step
stance.
back.
There you go. Good. Boom. 3 rounds, guys. What happened?
That one. Tripped on that one. Tripped on that one. Hey, come on. Right to the back. We gotta go 3 of them.
No walking. No
3 of them. Here we go. Ooh, man, you did that. You did that quick, man. You look good. Whew, kept hitting my balls on, man. My balls are too big. That was just warm-ups. I said thanks. He said, don't thank me. Talk to me in 40 minutes.
You know what? Showing up is the toughest part. So you got the toughest part done. Everything else is,
This fucking guy, he's almost 50 fucking years old. He's out here doing it, man. Like, really doing it. It's incredible, man. Just through warm-ups, I have a better respect for it.
This is just drill pace. We're not going hard yet. I go drag. Boom. Boom. Look, my hips are in. I'm close. My elbows are tight. I'm not flared out like this. And I'm not letting him get away. I'm moving here. Okay?
I pull through with this arm, just like this.
No.
And move you back?
It's not a pass, it's a drag. So
Okay.
you're gonna get your hand in my armpit and pull it across. Yeah, there you go.
All right. Now, tuck it in.
Keep your body on this side. Yeah, because you want to stuff this arm.
All right.
Hold that hip tight, bend your knees, start driving. There you go. Good.
All right.
Done. There's your takedown.
Got it.
And then you dominate and kill your opponent.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's
just
tomorrow,
that easy.
though.
Just that easy. Yeah. This
So
day
we'll-
2.
yeah,
This day
yeah,
2.
it's okay.
All right.
We'll get it.
Okay. Starting to understand, the intricacies a little bit more. Like that?
Like that, like that there.
Yeah.
Now lean into my hip and kind of keep driving me down.
Oh, there it is. First takedown, baby. Oh, shit.
There you go.
A solid takedown defense from Casey Leiden there. Oh, he got my ass. Oh, now he's really got me. And this is fucking Casey. When did you start?
Basically, after COVID. During COVID, when I started getting serious about grappling.
5 years in the game. All post 40. Oh God, he's got me locked up. Oh man, it makes me think so much more how many times you watch MMA and you're like, bro, just fight the hands. Shit ain't that fucking easy. We haven't been doing shit. You've been tossing me around for fucking 30 seconds and like, you can just feel like the impact zones on your body. Like fucking shoulder just landed pretty hard there on the mat. Like you can feel that. Like you can just like feel where he like fucking just grabs you and just like squeezed hard on you. Like it's it's a different game. Here we go.
You go.
All right. Ooh, nope, I fucked that one. Oh, he got me now. All right. So good.
Ready, go! Okay, then switch partners. Find a new partner.
Matt, how's it going? First time.
Let's go.
Ready, go!
Oh man, nice trip. Yeah, it's great stuff, man. Thanks so much.
Why is he still alive?
So she could have killed me a couple times.
How was it?
Yeah, man. There's nothing I can do to break those things. I like to think I have good cardio, bro. This will get you. Yeah, this don't get enough for me. Yeah. I am fucking gassed. I am fucking gassed out. One more. Here we go. One more, brother. You got it. Good shit, man. Feel it in your arms. That went easy on me. He put that squeeze on me. I felt like a banana about to get popped out of the peel. Fuck. Gas. Oh, God. I'm fucked. Seeing stars, bro.
Don't let him know you're tired.
Nah, I ain't tired.
Hey.
Casey, you tired?
Let's go warm up. Go warm up. Get up.
How the fuck wear you out, man?
Language. This is a wrestling. Everybody, round of applause for Conor. His first day.
Thanks so much for having me, y'all. Really appreciate it. Sorry I had to bring the level down to here.
No,
appreciate y'all having me, man.
You elevated us. You made us all more confident in our wrestling, so it's good. It's good to have you here. But good stuff. That body lock, again, it's really, really important. I don't need you to throw some crazy suplexes, but the fundamentals are still there in MMA. They all apply. You need to support your underhook. You need to put weight down on your overhook. It's all these little things that you're gonna get from this, you know? I don't need you to be a Greco-Roman wrestler. I need you to take one thing from Greco-Roman and add it into your MMA. That's it. Can I throw you?
Sure. Yeah, let's do it. That one knocked the wind out of me, bro.
So he just wants to get a little introduction to the world of catch wrestling.
Okay. Why don't we start off with a face lock?
Go for it. Yeah.
Face lock.
A face lock. So
Yeah.
you can just get them bent down here this way, right? So you see how I turn the neck that way? So you're gonna go from here. Boom. We're gonna go here, right here, right? Now I'm not gonna loosen up here. I'm just gonna grab right here. And you see how your forehead is underneath my chest?
Oh yeah, I feel it.
Now when it feels like your neck is gonna snap off, just go ahead and give my hip a tap.
Yep.
Right? From here, I'm not just gonna lift. Okay, because they ain't gonna do nothing.
All right.
Once I'm here, I'm gonna keep your ear glued to my nip. From here, step in with that same side hand. There you go.
Wow.
Here, I'm keeping the tension.
Okay. Oh my God, yeah.
Now, please do it to Casey.
Yeah.
Ooh. Turn. Good. That's good. Now keep everything elbow tight. Elbow tight. Nice. Now from here, walk your hip forward and elevate. Oh, he's falling to the floor. That means it's working.
Here you go.
One. Snap him cross face. Good. Where's that elbow go? Elbow's tight. Go ahead and there you go.
I see it can work, man. It definitely fucking works.
Yeah, well, combine it with your wrestling, bro.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. Thanks again.
Yeah, all
Really
this goes
appreciate it,
together, bro. All martial arts goes together.
Yeah.
Poop, to throwing, to punching the crap out of somebody on the floor. So it all goes together.
You gotta have everything for it, man. You gotta have everything for it. Yeah. Wrestling in the books, day 2, striking. What could go wrong?
What's good, bro?
What's up, man?
Good
Great
to have
see
you
you
back.
again. Yeah.
Today is going to be easy. Easy as far as like my job is not to just make you sweat. My job is to make sure you understand how to defend yourself and how to hurt somebody back, right?
All right.
So yeah, today's gonna be more of a brain game. It's gonna be a lot of just me going, Not like that. Like this, like this, like this. Just little incremental adjustments.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds great, man.
Yep. Just grab your gear on, stretch up, and then I'll get you guys back in a few minutes.
Appreciate it, as always, man. These kids would beat my ass, and I know it.
So what we're gonna just start off simple. Again, our brand new fighter here. Case, don't kill him. Okay? One, let's get these hands here. And when they're up, I don't want them just up, I want them in front of you. Okay? So you can see it coming versus waiting for it to come at you, okay? Good. Woo, we gotta build some sturdiness in that body. Tuck the body a little more slower. I told you, this man hit you in the face with a bat. Get that lead hand out a little bit more. You see? Get it a little longer. Open that hand like it's a mitt, and you're catching that. Go. Be on, be ready. There you go. So when my partner's throwing the jab, look at my other hand placement. Because this here is, think of it as your last layer of defense. I want to always be in a state of motion because then he has to line the shot up, going like this. That's gonna cause hesitation, it's gonna cause him to slow down. And then as he starts to slow down, trying to pick me off, I'm picking him off. Woo! Yep, start a little slower for him. Let him pick up his timing first. Don't lean, stay tucked. And stop it. Remember, you're not defending, you're attacking right now. Yeah, it's looking much better. I can teach you punches, but punches are literally the most useless thing if you're worried about what's coming back to you. There's no point. This here is a must right now, okay? He's still beating you a little bit. I can see him still off-balancing you some. I need you to be in a position where you can still strike. Oh, he's getting through.
His shoulders, man. Start feeling like fucking
Grab
sandbags,
some water,
man.
guys. Grab some water.
Good shit.
It's like if you think of all what we talked about.
Yeah.
That's just these two things. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, how does this apply to kicks, knees? How does the same idea even apply to wrestling, jiu-jitsu, somebody that can judo throw you, all the sorts? Because the same idea, let's say, okay, shoot that double on me. So watch my frame. Weren't we just learning to throw a hook at this?
Yeah.
Right? And if my elbow's a little high, now
he's in on it.
So it's like, I need to learn how do I mix what I learned from Muay Thai into my wrestling, into my jiu-jitsu, right?
It's fucking crazy.
That's why I'm the best in the world, you know?
Exactly, bro. Honestly, I appreciate this so much, because it just gets you in that mentality of like, holy fuck, there is so much that goes into this. These guys are so fast, they're thinking so much. But also, I didn't throw a single punch in the hour. It was just all defense. Because to your point, man, what's the point of being able to throw a punch if you can't defend one?
Literally, bro. If you have the best defense and you throw punches like this, you will knock somebody out.
Yeah. I left myself so goddamn open there.
Don't let them bully you. I'd rather you stay tucked. Tuck down. Yes. Pause, man. Look at that. Tuck down, bro. Because you gotta think you're tall. The more I go, look at all that. I'm opening up. If I'm here, look at how much he still has to get around the guard. Throw 3 or 4 punches. I'm like this. So if he goes to wrestle, I can go. Now I'm back in Muay Thai again. I can elbow, right? I can pull down, elbow, I can attack. If he throws shots and he changes levels on me, I go, he's running me all the way down already, okay? There we go, good defense. Good forearm too, Casey, that shit hurts. Ooh, yep. Pause, because our hands.
Getting too low.
Yeah. Even when I'm like this, I'm ready for that little ringing feeling. Okay? Versus if Casey go and I go, now you're gonna see whatever, they see on the other side of the tunnel. Hey bro, I've never seen the other side of the tunnel. Okay, so you don't have to ask them. But you're gonna see it going like, you can't help it.
Yeah.
Still slightly. It's that. It's that. It's your brain trying to save you. Tell your brain to shut up.
Shut up, brain.
We're working now. It's kill time.
It's tough.
Yeah, guys. Great day today. Next time I see you, we're gonna go more into our takedowns, more into our ground and pound and shit like that. Okay. Good work today. Do. Cameraman.
Thanks so much.
Let's get some like real light movement. Yeah. So you know everything now. So let's get some.
I don't know shit, Casey. Casey started throwing a couple of those, a little bit of volition behind them. I don't like my chances.
You got me. All right. Good shit, man.
They all say they're gonna go light, and then here I am, like I just went light. And there's just no getting up from this for me. Pick him up. Oh! Okay. There we go. Well, I'm taking 4 punches.
Give up, brother. Give up. I deserve this. Take care.
Good shit, man. Y'all got that fucking strength too. Good shit, brother. Appreciate you taking it light. That motherfucker could stomp my ass. Man, what a 2 days here at California Mixed Martial Arts. Shout out to Coach Joe. Shout out to Coach Taco. Shout out to Victor Henry. Shout out to all the students. Shout out to Casey for having us, man. Unbelievable experience getting to see what it's really like to train. I'm day one, so I am fucking ass. But man, 5 years into the game, you can see how good Casey's gotten. Gives you a whole new respect for all fighters. Doesn't matter if they're professional, doesn't matter if they're in the UFC. Anyone who gets into this gym, you gotta have mad respect for. I mean, it is a tough game, and just how much thought it takes. Listen to Taco coaching, bro. Thanks again to California Mixed Martial Arts. Can't thank them enough. Thanks to Casey. Let's go. The road to the belt starts now. What belt that is? A brown leather one from fucking Banana Republic. That might be the one, but the road to the belt starts now. Oh, and he's 0-1 in his first loss. What happened? All right, so as we were ideating this, Casey said, we'll do the wrestling, we'll do the striking. You want to get choked out? I was like, man, fuck no, I don't want to get choked out. Mr. New York Rick said, I do.
Kinda. I said, okay, sure.
All right, so who do we got back there behind you?
This is Carlos Eduardo. I'm an amateur MMA referee and jiu-jitsu enthusiast. Can I say something though? I didn't realize who I was talking to. I listen to the Ariel podcast all the time.
Oh my
God. I didn't know it was you guys. I heard the fucking voice of this in New York Rick.
Choke New York Rick out. Let's go.
I didn't know, dude. New York Rick, my guy. All right, let's do it.
I love how enthusiastic.
I never looked at you guys' face. I always listen, so I recognize the voice immediately. My girlfriend hates you guys. I listen to you guys all the fucking time.
No one hates us more than Guy's girlfriend.
This is for her. This is for her.
Alicia, this is for you.
Send her the video.
Oh, New York Rick. This is going to be the fucking amazing. Classic or naked.
Right,
here we
go
go,
for it.
Mr. New York Rick. Ready? And...
There you go.
I'm like here, so I don't think I went fully out.
I think you did, kind of. You want to try to get...
The fingers started.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'm going to hold it longer this time. Ready? And...
He's out.
Okay, there we go.
Why am I like shivering so much? I felt myself snoring near the end there.
You could hear yourself. You can
like I like as I was like going, it was like.
Can you stand up?
Yeah.
Let's go. Not a lot of people get to choke out New York Rick. That's fucking amazing.
No one does. You're the first.
My fucking guy. Yes.
Man, shout out to California Mixed Martial Arts. Shout out to E. Casey Leiden for letting us get to experience that. Shout out to Coach Joe DeShoe. Shout out to Nat, the atomweight who was ragdolling my ass. Shout out to Charlie, Nico. Nico could have killed me a couple times during that sparring. Shout out to Taco Padilla, obviously unbelievable coach there. Victor Henry, Carlos choking you out. Shout out to everyone at California Mixed Martial Arts.
Esther Lynn.
Shout out to Esther Lynn for taking pictures while we were there. She got a good one at Casey, just fully picking my ass up and dumping me on the mat. It was an incredible experience over 2 days at California MMA. Everyone there was so welcoming and so nice to us, man. It like. A lot of it is like sort of like this, like before you, if you've never done it before, is like, man, what is it going to be like? Are they going to like kind of leave me in the dust? Is it going to be a little bit too brutal? But like, they respected the fact that like I'm a beginner. Maybe this is all because the camera was there. They're like, second he puts that camera away, we're knocking his ass out. But like, they were very welcoming, very like willing to have someone come in and learn. So shout out to everyone there. It was a fantastic time. I saw someone ask in the chat how sore I was, bro. The getting to the plane on Sunday morning after staying up late for the fights and everything, I was hobbling. Hobbling hard. I'm to the point now where I'm not sore anymore. Shoulder, getting slammed on the shoulder, like I still feel it in my shoulder. And wrestling on the mats, I tore my foot open bad. And
you
like
got some mat burn like immediately.
Oh, bad. And like it's deep. I'm having to put Vaseline on and Band-Aids every day before I leave the house. It's still pretty raw, but overall, fairly unscathed coming out of it.
I was playing Magic the whole time, so I didn't even know you did half that shit.
Bullshit. He wasn't doing that. He was behind the camera. Great cinematography from New York Rick. A great time had by all. Unbelievable edit by Casey, as always. Really, really fun experience. I think I can say pretty confidently that won't be my last time training.
Nice.
Especially after the wrestling, I was like, because of how much of a cardio workout it was, like you leave on a high. The striking, I was like, damn, if I got into a fist fight and the guy had any idea how to fight, they would fuck me up. I need to really work on that. But yeah, it was a great experience. A great experience, man. Thank you again to California Mixed Martial Arts. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's easy to have such a better appreciation when you're in the room and you see somebody as good as like Taco or Victor Henry, how quickly like Victor Henry could just snatch up a submission anytime he wanted on a civilian.
He drags the knuckles across the face, like, and it just like pulls you in, and like he's got that neck, man.
Oh yeah.
When he's like snap your neck, he could literally have snapped my neck.
Complete like education in catch wrestling, and then you see like somebody like Taco who, when he's doing the drills that you're doing, the reflexes, the ability to like avoid shots, the ability to keep himself safe, it's no secret why he's like so good and why he's been able to be so successful in the UFC. Incredible experience. Casey's a beast, man.
Casey's a fucking beast, man. Do not sleep on that guy. He's an animal. Did y'all see him doing the cartwheel into the flip and then like his striking and stuff? Like, and he's like, it's a thing I've noticed with these MMA guys. Like they like, it's like they're hard. It's like all their weapons are like, pause, but it's like their weapons are like hardened. Like the way he gripped me, it was just like, damn. And then like when he like hits you with like a jab and splits your guard, you feel it. When he's blocking a hook, like you feel it. Like I had, it's faded now, but I had a gnarly bruise here for like 4 days afterward, just from Casey blocking a hook coming over the top. So yeah, shout out to California Mixed Martial Arts. And I meant every word when I was just like, it gives you that new respect. The Just Get Up crowd, I heard someone say it when we were at the MVP card. Someone got taken down and they were like, oh, come on, like just get up. It's just like, dude, you think they haven't thought of that?
Easy, right? Yeah.
You think they have not thought to maybe just get up out of this situation? So yeah.
Shout out to Carlos and his girlfriend, who will never see any of this, but will only hear our voices and hear me gurgling. That one's for his girlfriend.
Credit to you for doing the choke, but also admitting that you weren't fully out and being like, nah, come on, send me fully out. Send me fully out. I wasn't fully out there. Let's do that one more time.
Referee Carlos, how about that?
Shout out to Carlos, man.
Yeah,
he was at the fights. I hope he enjoyed them.
Yeah.
I heard a
awesome
nice
time. Yeah.
from you. And he's like, oh, He was out. Yeah. Shout out to Nico. He might have a fight coming up this fall, man. He was a beast.
Yeah.
So yeah, one last time. Thank you to California Mixed Martial Arts. It was a fantastic time. Shout out. If you got a local gym near you, I highly recommend going and giving it at least a shot, because I imagine I will be back. All right. We've done the weekend preview. We've done the news and the notes. We've done the training video, everything like that. That brings us to our pound for pound rankings for this week. I already explained it earlier, but if you happen to miss it, Alexander Usyk is taking on Rico Verhoeven at the Pyramids of Giza this weekend. So in honor of Alexander Usyk,
Got it.
I know it's YK, SYK, Usyk. We're doing ICK, pound for pound Icks. Usyk. Pound for pound Icks. So this does not have to be romantically. This is just things people do, and you're immediately just like, I don't know if I can.
You think differently of them.
You think that's exactly it. Your perspective on them, your opinion on them changes because they did this thing. We have no Frank. I mean, we've been in incredible hands with Donnie. I honestly forgot Frank was even not here. I mean, it's just like, shout out to Donnie. We appreciate you, mysterious Donnie. We'll start working on the new drop
Oh,
thing.
shit. Donnie's going to air now?
We got Big D on the air. Shout out. So it's just going to be us two doing it. I am actually very disappointed. I was very much looking forward to Frank's list.
Same.
He's a very judgmental guy. So I thought he would really have some good ones. I'll let you go first.
Okay, I'll go first.
I went a bit off the beaten path, because obviously we could do like...
I'm self-conscious right now.
Okay.
Because
I love my list.
Okay, the genesis of Icks, right, is much more in the dating scenario.
Yes.
And it's usually like something very specific, right?
Yep.
Like a lot of times you'll see somebody say like, "Oh, that's an ick," and then everybody will be like, "No, you fucking idiot," because they don't agree with the very like specific ick.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of those. Like I was trying to think of like what things do that for me. I don't have like these very specific ones. Mine are a little broader. Hopefully this still applies. Hopefully, you don't judge me too badly for this, and nobody else out there judges me too harshly. Number 5, being rude to the staff. That is a fucking...
Got it as an honorable mention.
If I see that happening, it's like instantaneously I think differently of you. Like I'm just like that person. Imagine how they treat people like just in private. This is in public. You're in public. Like
this is you at your
helped you out.
Yeah. This is that you getting served by another human being.
Your food came, like just taking advantage of somebody who's in a position where you have the power rubs me the wrong way. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. Just like it takes no effort, no energy to just be you don't even have to be nice. Just not be horrible. Like start with a baseline of just like, I'm going to just be normal, cordial, whatever.
I experience this a lot in New York. It doesn't bother me as much, but it still bothers me when customer service also treats you like shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's a bad one.
But I do give them
I expect that, though.
I was going to say, I do give them a bit more reprieve because I'm like, I'd probably be pretty pissed too if I was working this job and like this was like my 8th straight shift and like I'd been here since 6 a.m. and I deal with customer service all day, every day. I give a bit more reprieve, but it's a bit of an ick as well. When like you go in and you're just like, hey, how's it going? And they're just like, what can I get for you? And you're just like, just a black coffee. And they're like, this fucking guy with this fucking black fucking coffee. $4.68. What? $4.68
is your total. But
you fucking idiot.
Transparently, quite frankly, I'm so much more accepting of that than if you.
That's what I was going to say. Being rude to staff, like if I was at a dinner and someone was just like out of line,
fucking
I would get uncomfortable. Yeah, it would be a nick. Okay, I like that. I like that as 5.
Number 4, too cool. When you are just too cool for school,
a little too nonchalant,
and then there's a variation of this that's like you're too trendy. You're trying too much to be like the cool kid. Like you're trying too much to like fit in with this thing.
Okay, so like try hard a little bit.
Try hard, right? Have hobbies. Have a personality. Be unique. Don't be a fucking like lemming robot. Like it's not.
Get excited about stuff.
Get excited about stuff. Show your passions. Don't just be like too cool for school. Don't just be like this guy, this person. I keep saying guy, but it definitely applies to both men and women. Where it's like, you know, you're doing what everybody else is doing.
The Labubu Dubai chocolate matcha flavored burger at the place that you're gonna have to stand for 2 hours in line.
Zero.
All right, respect.
Have a unique interest. Be yourself. Have a personality. Don't be too cool for school, and don't try to be too cool. Just Nobody's fucking cool. We're all losers. We are all fucking losers. We all have this thing that if people knew that we did in private, they'd be like, "You're a loser." Let that freak flag fly. I'm a fucking loser. It's fine.
I'm with you, man. Be yourself.
Number 3. These are actually like polar opposite, and they are both icks, which means that you have to kind of find that sweet spot between too cool for school and the overshare. The overshare.
Okay.
You know, like the tame version, the light version of this is like people who post way too much on social media, too many Instagram posts where they're like giving life advice and shit like this, where it's just like, you know, I knew you in high school. You're just a fucking regular. You're not an influencer. You got 3 followers. Like, why are you telling me about like how to live my life? Like, just chill the fuck out. Post some pictures of your kids and like, I don't need to see this shit. The max variant, the fucking I'm outraged by this person is my brother just died crying on camera recording it. We just had a miscarriage and you and your husband are sobbing on
These
camera.
are like devastating things, of course. Pulling out the camera to cry on it may be one of my, if not my biggest icks, especially if it's like it's like a sequence of a girl that got dumped going from like, or it could be a guy too, from beginning phase of like, I just got dumped to like, now I'm healthy and happy again. And like the beginning is them like sitting in the shower and they're like, oh, it's like, brother, you had to set up the tripod.
You had to turn the camera on.
You had to hit record, sit down in front of it, and then start up this fucking sham. Another thing that like you say overshare, one that drives me fucking crazy is when someone posts about like, something like that, like I just got dumped, or we got a divorce, or like you overshare to the world about this tragic thing that happened to you, and then like you'll see people ask about it, and they're like, "Please respect my privacy." It's like, why the? I literally just saw it recently with an influencer. Her and her fiance broke up. She did a whole thing about how they broke up, and then she did a Q&A, and someone asked about it, and then the Instagram story was this long about like, "Please respect my privacy and stop asking me about this." It's just like, you put your life on display. You overshare everything, and then when someone's curious about it, you're like, "Fuck you." It's just like,
no, not my type of people. Unfortunately,
we're fading right now from an ick. Like crying on camera for clout is an ick for me. Now we're getting into like things that just like actually enrage me.
Yes, that's the high end though. I'm still icked out by like people who just like overshare. It's like some things can be for you. Some things can be for you, your family, your friends. There's text messages. Not every single thing has to be for everybody. Just something to consider. Number 2, this one's an ick. It can be enraging, but I'm thinking more of people who are just like baseline level complainers. People who just anything that happens in life is a complaint. Like
negative energy.
Look, don't get me wrong. I'm not fucking Mr. Sunshine and Rainbows. But I'm also like kind of trying to bring something to the table where it's like, I don't complain a lot. When there's a problem, I tend to be a problem solver, right? Something happens, I go, how do we fix this problem and move on? People who just get like paralyzed by just something has happened, I'm going to sit here and mope about it and complain about it and cry about it and whine about it. I just can't, I can't deal with that too well.
I also think there's a difference between being like indifferent and like then there's like the ray of sunshine and actually being like a negative drain on the room.
When all you do is complain, it's a real like suck of energy.
They put almond milk instead of oat milk in your coffee. I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, man, take it easy.
It's all good. Right. You're gonna drink the next one. It'll be fine.
It'll be okay.
Okay, number 1. This one was tough because it does kind of like disqualify everything. It kind of just like destroys the concept. It's a meta.
I think I know where you're going.
It's a meta approach to this.
I thought about doing it too.
Anybody who fucking says ick.
Yeah,
and that's anybody who fucking says ick.
I thought about doing this too.
If you say
I'm
ick,
with
fuck you.
I am 1,000% with you. I'm 1,000% with you. I didn't do it just for the sake of the list.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if someone actually says in a serious way that like they got the ick about someone, I'm just like, I now have the ick about you.
Yes, you ick me the
Now
fuck
I'm icking
out.
myself. Now I have the ick about my own self.
Yeah.
It's just this endless thing. So
It's
I
a
am
loop
with you.
of ick. It's meta, but yeah.
I'm with you. That's beautiful.
Okay,
That's a
okay. I
beautiful way
feel
to
better
end it.
about my list now.
I feel quite good about mine. I went more niche. Like we all could have done oh, they're clipping their nails in public. Like of course everyone's gonna be like, dude, what are you fucking doing? You're you know, yeah, man, you're like smacking through your food. Sometimes we have to eat lunch with our headphones on because we're like in such a rush and like we're busy. That actually is nails on a chalkboard to me. Like when we're all eating lunch and it's going into my headphones, and it's like. There's been times where like I violently throw my headphones off. I'm like, I can't listen to that shit anymore.
I'm glad you did more like specific and niche because that is the true like heart of it. That is what a ick is supposed to be.
What I want you to like keep in mind, this is like none of these are romantic.
Okay.
These are like you're in the beginning stages of getting to know someone.
Got it.
And this is where like you get the ick and you're like, ooh man, like this person isn't really how I thought they were gonna
Got it.
Okay, number 5, I'm calling this one the creepy friend. You're starting to get to know one of your boys or something like that. You met him in college. You met him a work associate or something like that. And then like you're talking to like, you know, say it's at the office and you're talking to like a coworker and she's a female and she's a woman and she's just like, oh yeah, like you were hanging out with Billy Bob? Like he sent me like 15 straight Instagram messages. And it's like, what? And she like pulls it up and it's like, he's responding to every story. And it's like, when are we going to hang out? And like, she's not responding to any of them. And you're just like,
Billy
kind
Bob.
of creepy. Or like, it's just like, oh yeah, we were like at a work happy hour. And then like, he tried to kiss me like 4 times. And it's like, Bob. Or like the worst. And it's happened. I have experienced this a couple times. You know, you're like acquaintances, you're kind of friends with someone, and then you get to like, then you're hanging out with like, you know, women, and they're like, oh, he sent me a dick pic. And you're like, oh, dude. I can't look at you the same way at that point. Like the guy who is just like spamming, just being creepy. That's all it comes down to. I just like, we all know it happens, you know, there are many creepy men out there, but like when you're getting to know someone and you find out about this, it gets me back.
Yeah, you don't know him in that capacity.
Yeah, it's like, damn, man.
You've been doing that?
Damn, dude. That's 1, 2, 3, 17 straight DMs without a response.
One of them being, let's get uncontrollably intimate.
Elevator, 6:30, uncontrollably intimate. It's just something about it. I'm like, maybe like after like 2, 3 max, you didn't think about giving up? You weren't like, maybe this is happening.
Are you icked or are you like, this is pathetic? Like, do you like...
Both, same.
Both, yeah, I guess you could be
icked.
both.
I'm like not going to become boys with someone if I find that out about them. Shout out, sorry to anyone that maybe, you know, is just putting that grind in out there. But yeah, there's an unsolicited dick pic is the worst. That's the worst thing you can
I've gotten many.
I've sent, no. Just kidding. I've gotten many as well. No, I'm also just kidding. Am I? Number 4, can't handle alcohol.
Oh, interesting.
You go out with them for like the first time. Your friend brings a friend around.
Yeah.
They get blackout. They get absolutely wasted. They make a buffoon of themselves. They make a scene. They get kicked out of the bar. Or it's just like the guy at the Magic Castle. Just like, he immediately starts making a scene. It's just like, oh, what's up, man? Like getting absolutely hammered. Maybe throws up. Like just anything that makes other people uncomfortable because of how hammered they are.
I just want to clarify something. I think I understand this. I just want to ask a clarifying question, which is, this is not about tolerance, right? It's not about like people who can't handle liquor because they can't drink a lot. It's about knowing your limit and not making a fool of yourself.
And it's not even about not getting too drunk. It's about like, once you do get drunk, you're obscene.
Handle your shit.
You're the guy that starts crying for no reason, and it's like, oh, Jesus, man, like, are you good? You're the guy that pukes all over the floor in himself, or in the Uber, or something like that, or like the guy that gets like uncontrollably angry, and like just making friends uncomfortable. You're just like, God, man. Especially like when you don't really know them, you're like, that was tough.
Okay, I'm certain though you have college friends who have crossed that threshold.
Many.
What's your... Like, does that last forever?
If you know them well enough, you shit on them the next morning.
But then it doesn't change to the point that you're like, oh, I can't.
No, but if I don't know the guy, it's
instantaneous. You're out.
Yeah,
got it.
I'm just like, damn, that guy's
got it. Fair enough.
Number 3. This is one that can tend to get fairly awkward. Someone who thinks they can do good impressions, but it's actually terrible, and they continue to bang the drum on it. So I'm talking like they think they can do a British accent, and like when I do it, like, and it's just like, hello, mate. And it's like, was that British or was that Australian? Or if they're trying to do an imitation of someone and it's so bad you can't tell who it is, but they keep doing it, and you're just kind of like, all right, man, like, it's not that funny. Like, you're making me uncomfortable at this point. Or just like any sort of horrible impression, and they just won't stop doing it. Big ick. Major ick for me.
Love it.
Yeah, just Frank always does it as well. Oh, yeah, man, you getting annoyed? It's just like, Frank, dude. Shut the fuck up. If I did not know you better, I would hate your ass. Yeah.
I know him and I still hate him.
Bad impression. Shout out. Number 2. This is a very niche one. It happened to me one time. Corny bumper sticker guy. You're just getting to know him. And it's just like, yo, bro, we can actually take my car. And then you pull up to his beat up Honda Civic and he's got something like this on there. Traffic lights, am I right? I'm like not talking about something ridiculous that's funny or like supporting a team. Yeah, don't beep at me. I'm already crying. It's like, and it's so big, and it's just like, okay, it's worn out on the back of like a Ford Focus. She's like, if you can read this, I'm not impressed. Most people can read. It's like, ooh, man, like this is what you're. I'm ashamed of what I did for a Klondike bar. Like, why would you fucking put that on your car? Honk if you heart soup. Stop honking. I just spilled my broccoli cheddar bread bowl.
Can I?
That's perfect. That's like a red Hyundai Sonata from like 2006.
Yeah, Toyota Corolla.
Beat up bumper sticker. Oh,
okay. Man. Is this a hot take? If you have a fucking bumper sticker, that's an ick.
It's tough.
Don't put a bumper sticker on your car.
Make it even worse. Back off, bumper humper. My brakes are good. How's your insurance?
Yeah, I'm a no bumper stickers guy, period.
I'm with you.
Forget funny, I've never seen a good bumper sticker, so don't put one on.
Why are you doing that?
Why?
And like you walk up to your boy, and like it could be more than one. It could be the guy that has the entire back of their Subaru Outback completely covered head to toe in the bumper sticker.
My wife put the family, you know, the stick figure. She didn't do the stick figures. There's a different one. It was tough. It was a tough day for me.
You have to get in a minivan and drive.
I have to get into a minivan with the thing on it. And I was like,
Aura Zero.
Boy. Now, thankfully, I don't give a fuck about anybody judging it. But yeah, morally, personally, I had a big issue with it.
I don't see them on the road, and I'm like, fuck that guy. It's like if I'm friends with someone and I've never been in their car, and then I'm just like,
oof.
What is it? Does that say honk if you heart soup? Why the fuck would you buy that, and why would you put it on your vehicle? I'm sorry to anyone that has bumper stickers.
Why do you have honk if you like soup bumper sticker?
And then the follow-up, stop honking, I just spilled my broccoli cheddar bread bowl, is like the worst millennial humor I've ever heard.
Do we have any bumper stickers in the back?
Do we have any cars?
Absolutely not. Yes, we have cars. Yeah. No, we do not have bumper stickers.
Yeah. Good.
Unified
Someone is listening right now,
Unified
and they're like
front right here,
and they're like quietly crying as they tear it off.
The only bumper stickers, as I said, my wife, broke my heart by putting the family one up. The only bumper stickers my cars have ever had was my parents putting the honor roll student bumper stickers. They were proud. They were proud of your boy. That was it. That's all we had.
And then you get the parody ones that it's like, my kid's not an honor roll, but he's prettier than yours or something.
What was the fucking one? We saw it in Cali, and I pointed it out, and then we sent it. It was my dog is smarter than your honor roll student or some shit like that.
Fuck you.
I immediately sent it to my boys and was like, fuck this person.
Fuck you and fuck your dog, man. You stupid ass bumper sticker. I can't stand it.
Good times.
Yeah. Shout out to the bumper sticker guys. It'll make me think twice about you. Number one, this is number one with the bullet. It's not even close.
My wife just texted me, what stick figure family did I put on the car? Lies.
Wow, she says bullshit.
She's actually watching live for once.
She watches.
Let's go. Shout out to Holly. Shout out to Holly.
She never watches live. Shout out to Holly for calling me out. I said it's not the stick figures. It's like the outlines of the family. You know what I'm talking about, right? Where it's like
the dinosaur ones?
No,
the Star Wars
I don't know
ones?
which ones, but like the kids, I can't look at it, quite frankly, so I don't know what the shapes are.
Number one... with a bullet.
Love you, Holly.
In public, among friends, baby voice, dog voice. It puts a shiver down my spine.
This is a great one.
It makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. When someone's like, oh, sorry. I'm like, I could punch you in the face right now. Please don't do that to me. Anything like that. The only time I'll accept it is if you are speaking directly to a baby or directly to a dog.
So it is okay in that scenario, though.
If a dog runs up to you and you're like being like all friendly with it and stuff, like I will accept. If a baby is sitting there in a stroller and you're talking to it, of course I will accept. If you're doing it...
Wait, so people do this outside of those two scenarios?
I've heard it before.
Jesus Christ.
Especially when it's a couple and it's like a boyfriend, girlfriend, and they like think you can't hear them and they're like doing it to each other. You're making the face right now. It's like, it sends shivers down my spine.
If I had ever seen that, that would have been on my list. I've never seen that in life. If I had ever seen that, it would be on my list. That is horrific.
I won't even accept it if you're looking at a video of a dog or a baby. If you're speaking into your phone,
the dog has to be present.
Oh, little baby, so cute. It's just like, please stop doing that. You're making me uncomfortable.
Okay. A lot of these were like male to male, right? A lot of our interactions are going to be male perspective, things like that. A girl who does this, automatically disqualified? You will not pursue anything, or is it like that's a real red mark in the ledger and you'll have to overcome this with a significant...
I would not be able to shake it.
It would stick with you.
It doesn't matter how much I was like infatuated with her. It would always just creep back up in my mind and be like, why'd you do that baby talk thing? I'm a fucking 32-year-old bald man. Why did you speak to me as if I was an infant?
Like they added bald. Like as if that mattered.
It just makes me look that much older. Some guy at the Intuit Dome was like, "Are you 21?" I was like, "Damn, am I that old now that we're joking about it? Do I look like such an old sack of shit that you can now just be like, look at this guy, yeah, ID, grandpa?"
Is that a version of the voice? Doing like is there a subvariant of that voice which is like the we're friendly but we're not actually friendly voice? The hey, what did you like? The like overly like carnival barker kind of voice.
Doesn't bother me near as much.
Oh, I hate that one. Where it's like, hey, buddy, pal, you're not my fucking friend. Don't talk to me like that.
People
Who
call
the fuck are you?
Buddy is pound for pound like one of the worst things you can call someone. What's up, buddy? It's like,
what?
Do we have a fucking issue?
You good, mate?
Like,
Pizzi's coming to sort you out.
As amazing as mate is, like starting a sentence like mate, and then you go from there. Calling someone buddy is the exact opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Buddy is a trigger word, I think. I mean, it's crazy.
It's the like familiarity thing, though. I hate that. We're not friends. Don't do that.
Some honorable mentions that I have: content in public. I hate
like
when
record it like a video.
Oh yeah, I hate when I'm doing it myself. I'm just like, and then I see other people doing it. And I'm like, is that what I look like when I'm doing fight fees? Because if so, I look like such a douche.
You giving the ick all the time.
Like TikTok dances.
Oh, in public?
Oh yeah, they set the tripod up and they set it up against a wall and they start.
That's
doing
not even an ick. That's just like you're inconveniencing my life.
Yeah, I'm just
remove yourself.
You're just like I can't help but like menacingly glare at them. I'm just like, fucking, why are you doing that? Right.
Are you streaming? And then they run up.
I have it written down. Are you streaming right now? Are you guys streaming right now? The amount of times that we get that when we have a camera out with Casey, and like, credit to the environment streamers have created, but we obviously always say yes jokingly, and like, people just start going nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is XX Grizzly. You don't know him? Yeah, we're streaming on Kick right now. There's 28,000 people watching, and they're like, "Oh shit! Shout out! Shout out to XX Grizzly!" This one is one of my biggest. I can't respect you as a person. Absolutely zero headphones. Whether it's a FaceTime, you're scrolling reels in public. Yesterday, I got on the train. Double JBL speakers blaring some unknown rapper I had never heard of. Blaring.
That's a rough one.
Had him on full blast. And I was like, bruh.
I feel like that doesn't even qualify for Icks, though, because you would never in a million years even talk to this person again. They're out.
Of course.
They're done.
Well, you also can't talk to them right then and there because you just don't they can't hear you. You just have no idea what sort of state they are. You have to be a deranged individual to blare the biggest JBL speaker known to man in a closed car. So, like, it's almost like they're picking a fight. They're almost like, I dare someone to tell me to turn this off.
I have to confess. I have to confess.
You're that guy.
No, definitely not that guy. The one you're describing. But sometimes I'll watch a video on volume, no headphones in, and
Okay, look, that's the junior version of it. The
I will
double
do that from
speaker-
time to time. I have to admit, I can't in good conscience pretend I've never done it.
The double speaker is disgusting work. I deleted the recording I took of it. Hate to say it, body odor. It's a tough one to shake.
Yeah.
If you smell like a bag of shit and piss one day, I'm gonna have a hard time shaking it.
For sure. I mean, that's a literal ick, right? Like that's like yuck.
Yeah, where you're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Is that Billy Bob again?
Yo, Billy Bob's getting hammered right now.
Chewing and talking, just like Dana White was doing it in the pizza video. Goes on a Muslim tour. Just like, fuck, man. Clipping your nails in public, that's an hobby.
Never seen that in my life.
Oh, I've seen it on the subway
Never.
several times.
Oh, Jesus.
It sends shivers down your spine. You're like, again, I can't approach you because you just have to be a deranged individual to clip your nails on a public transportation. But fair play. This one's like kind of hard to describe. Slightly mispronouncing words.
Intentionally so, or just you think you know the pronunciation of things?
Just anytime it's just like a little bit off. I knew someone that pronounced egg as egg. And I was like, why are you saying it like that?
Have you met my dad?
Okay.
Does he say egg?
Egg, leg. My dad.
Leg?
My dad can't really speak English, and was born and bred in New York.
Isn't Helwani a Juan guy? The Knicks Juan.
Yes, but he has like Canadian ones that he's kind of like Tuesday. He has these ones that are just like
Tuesday is like that's almost like an accent. That one I kind of get.
The Juan is
Juan.
we have an update on the situation.
The bumper sticker situation.
Okay. There is no family. There is no family on it. I am so opposed to these types of stickers and things. I've actually never looked at it. I've quickly glanced and been horrified. It is not a bumper sticker. What we have, actually, let me just send it to Jordan. I'm going to send 2 pictures to Jordan.
Okay.
What we have is, in fact, like a window decal, which I put in the same family. Not allowed.
Oh, yeah. That's
not good.
That's a bumper sticker. That's for sure. No doubt.
But it is not the family one, as I described.
While you work on that, I think that's all my honorable mentions.
Do we have any in the back?
Yeah, you guys got any icks you think of come to mind?
People spitting tobacco out into a bottle. Ick. Instant ick.
Yeah, the like chew dip tobacco
Yeah, no,
thing.
it's not cute. Don't do
In
it.
that vein, when I was
With you.
when I was dating and the girl started smoking cigarettes right there, I was like, I don't think I'm going out with you ever again.
Sounds like that girl was pretty fucking cool and you missed your chance.
Yeah, well, you know.
Cheeky little cig.
Hate the smell, hate the taste.
So you had no idea she smoked cigarettes.
Jordan.
And then she...
Yeah, and then all of a sudden we're chatting and she just rips one out. I'm like, yeah, this is the end of that.
Wow.
I just sent you 2 pictures, Jordan. Please make sure to crop the second one. Or blur the second one for obvious
What's
reasons.
wrong with it?
Yeah, just...
Guys who try to come into the convenience store shirtless. Let's see.
No shirt, no shoes, no service, man. Like,
Let's see.
come.
She's marking you wreck. Let's see. Tuesday. People who confidently say supposedly.
So the mispronunciation,
That's a Miami thing too.
I just love that Holly fucking in real time called me out. She never watches live, so I can't believe that this is happening.
People who say Sean Strickland instead of Sean Strickland.
Yikes.
People who
Big
say
ick.
big dicks to the body rather than big digs to the body.
I have a very specific one. I
Okay.
went out on a date with this guy when I was in college. That was great. It was like the perfect date. Everything was awesome. He started laughing. He sounded like my aunt.
Bad laugh.
Oh.
Not just
That
bad
was
laugh. It was a laugh that you recognize.
Very specifically like one of my aunts. And I was like, I can't. It's over.
That's
That's
a
it.
great
We're done.
ick. That's a perfect ick.
Big
That's like,
ick.
That's like the lane that icks are in.
That is, I am with you. I am with you on that one. Someone says when Ariel uses Zoomer talk. Someone says GC reminds me of
Okay,
the
I really
curly-haired
like that stuff.
burglar from Home Alone.
Jordan, you love that? All right, here we go. We've got flowers. We've got
man.
flowers. Yeah, I know. Listen, I know.
Look.
I didn't put them.
No comment.
I didn't put them.
No comment.
I didn't put them.
I have no
It wasn't
comment.
me. It wasn't me.
Does it make the Honda Odyssey look sicker?
No, obviously not.
Just a check. Just a check.
I roll up in my Honda Odyssey with the flowers on the back. I mean, look, you know. Shout out to Holly.
All right, that was the pound for pound. That was fun. That was fun to go through. I wish we had gotten Frank's. I hit him up for his, but he had no text back.
You didn't text you back?
Left me on red, actually. Just trying to show, concern for him. Make sure he's okay. It's all good. It's all good. All right. Do we have any voicemails, Donnie?
Voicemails! Ahoy, hoy.
Yo, boys in the back. It's Jimmer.
Jim?
No question this week, just a prediction. It's right now it's 10 o'clock on Saturday, so the fights are going to go off this evening.
Okay.
And everybody's thinking that Dana's going to announce the fights as Ronda's walking out to the cage. But I think, who does he hate on the card more than anybody else?
Francis Ngannou.
It's Francis. So I think he's going to announce the fight during the Francis fight, just to draw as many eyes away from Francis as he can, to be as petty as he can. And I'm kind of here for it. So, anyways, love you guys. It's been a while. Deuces.
Nailed it, Jim.
He nailed that prediction. Final update that I'll read from my wife. She said, "They're Hawaiian flowers, you dick." An homage to our favorite place.
Shout out.
Not an excuse.
Shout out.
Not
Put down a magnet for the fridge.
Thank you, babe. All right.
Hey, boys in the back. This is Amanda living in Canberra, and long-time lady listener, first time. I have a
Shout
question
out.
for you
Amanda.
guys. So I had this crazy idea of you guys making each other custom T-shirts and giving them to each other on like a special event like your birthday, for example.
Okay.
And my example of a T-shirt would be, first for Ariel, that it would be Timothy Chalamet on the shirt, and then below him it would say James Tahuna. And for Conor, this came from the moment you guys had on the lads in Los Angeles last night that had me laughing hysterically, which is having him and photoshopped onto Jar Jar Binks, and under it said Misa Conor Burke. Anyways, thanks for making me laugh, and let me know what you think. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
The second concept's better than the first, for sure.
Yeah, I don't understand the Timothy Chalamet, James Tahuna one. But yeah, the GCX Jar Jar Binks merch.
Misa Conor Burks is elite.
Yeah, that's my best. That's my go-to pickup line. That one always works. It always works. Got it in the old trusty dusty back pocket.
Okay, if somebody showed up talking like Jar Jar Binks, is that a Nick?
Yeah. That's a Nick, but God, the guy's definitely gonna get it. That's for sure. Someone tweeted at me randomly on like Sunday morning, just all caps, Misa Conor Burks, and I was like, "What the fuck is this guy talking about?" And I was
didn't
like,
remember the.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Fuck.
Shout out.
Great one.
24-inch Dubs here with a message for all other voicemail callers.
All right.
You guys suck.
Wow.
One take, in and out, make it quick. We don't need 4 minutes of you filibustering. Also, go Cavs, screw the Knicks.
Hey,
I'm out.
Little love. Thank you, 24 Dubs.
Short, sweet, to the point.
It's a good note.
Shout out. Chris Wasabi.
What's up, boys? It's the Persian Apothecary here. I wanted to ask you guys if you were MMA-style fight announcers and had to create your own legendary catchphrase, like Bruce Buffer's "It's time" or Michael Buffer's "Let's get ready to rumble," what would yours be? Some examples for me. Attention fight fans, the prescription for violence is ready. Counseling is complete. Side effects may include violence. What do you guys think? Love you guys.
It's a banger. As a pharmacist, that's a banger.
That's a great one.
Yeah, man, it's so tough. It's so tough to come up with one because I feel like you got to come up with it and then you got to commit to it and then you got to use it time and time again.
Let's get ready to rumble and It's Time are so firmly established in the culture. All the other ones, everybody's like, that's like the shitty version.
And they're legit and they're so legendary that like, Let's Get Ready to Rumble like can't be topped, but somehow Bruce was able to come up with one in It's Time that is like comparable.
Yeah.
It's so good. Big Mo, God love him.
Yeah.
Crushes it. He is so good. Like he is so good, especially in arena last week. He was incredible. He's got the look, the stash, the voice, and like you can tell he practices like the cadence of when to hit things. Like he's fantastic. But I think his was, are you ready to witness history? And it's just so hard to come up with one.
Yeah, it's a
just
mouthful.
So hard. So on the spot, I can't think of
What's
one.
Joe Martinez's? Make some noise.
Isn't it like Fight Fans? Are you ready? Las Vegas, are you ready? He does like a build up to whatever city they're in.
Yeah. Oh, something. If you are ready.
Yeah. Make some noise if you are ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I think he goes like, fighters, are you ready? Fans, are you ready? Las Vegas, are you ready? Make some noise if you are ready.
Yeah, I think it's that.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard.
It is incredibly hard to come up with a catchphrase because like if it's not hitting, it's just like.
I think the pharmacy one could be pretty good.
The pharmacy one goes hard. Yeah, it's tough. That's probably would have been mine. It's tough.
And that's just for the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah. This is yay. All time.
All right.
All timer.
Guys, it's the Iowan Lion here.
Yo, what's good, brother?
Who the hell is Christian DeGarro? Dude is trying to take everything I'm working for here. I've been like trying to subtly drop some seeds, dropping my voicemails to the boys in the back, and he catches you guys in person one time, and all of a sudden he's going to get to be the first person, the first fighter to rep Uncrowned? What? I would say I'll fight him for it, but the man is 5'6". He's too small. He's too little for me. I'm trying to remain calm here, but I mean this guy's taking everything I'm working towards. Is there some kind of like uncrowned trivia competition that me and this guy can get into to decide who really gets to rep Uncrowned? Or can he have Uncrowned, or can he have the Ariel show? Give me the boys in the back.
Hey,
let me rep the boys in the back, and I will be happy. But man, I'm all my work. I feel like I should just like stop fighting at this point.
No.
Okay.
I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.
First and foremost, shout out to Christian DeGarro. Fought at 140 in his debut, catch weight. He may be right. He may be 5'6". He might fight at 135. He felt like he was taller than 5'6". Got a finish. He is now 1-0 in his professional career. That was Liam Annan, the Iowan Lion. 7-2 in his amateur career. Hasn't made his pro debut yet. Has a fight at LFA 235, which we are going to be going hype for. Why not both? That's the real question. Let's
assemble the team.
This dude is right. He is 6'2". He's fighting at welterweight. The Iowan Lion. I think we got to get a patch, or boys in the back.
Boys in the back patch.
Boys in the back patch on the shorts.
But yes, I understand why he would feel disrespected though.
Oh, for sure.
He's been a long timer.
He fights on June 19th. Let's see what we can do about getting this man a patch. What color shorts in your Tapology picture? You're rocking pink shorts. We can make a custom colored boys in the back patch to get sewn onto your shorts. Well, I'm not even kidding. We'll mail that to you. Mail that to you.
Yeah. Email me.
Email Rick
at gmail.com.
I'll design the thing. We'll get it sent off to you. We will be watching LFA 235 shout out.
What's up, brothers?
What's up, man?
I'm gonna be honest.
Be honest.
Gina had no business in the cage with Ronda.
Agree.
But most of us already knew that as soon as they announced this fight.
Yep.
Not trying to get the boys in trouble.
Get us in trouble.
But if the event could have been redone, who would you have liked to see in there? Hypothetical, realistic, no matter. Maybe Kayla, Cyborg, Holly, even Dakota. Mahalo.
Mahalo, brother. Thanks for the call. Very calm, very even-keeled.
Best voice.
Demeanor there. Yeah, always. Fantastic voice. I like, if they could have done Holly.
Holly, you're number one.
Yeah.
Kayla.
Yeah, I mean, like, to me, that's just a fantasy matchup, though.
Well, he said hypothetical.
Yeah.
Kayla versus Ronda right now is my number one women's fight.
More than Amanda.
Yep.
Oh, I'd rather see Amanda Kayla.
I'm down for that. Totally. That's number two. Number two is actually Kayla versus Cyborg. But I'm down for that. It's a great fight. Kayla versus Ronda has so much fucking heat. There's no heat. Look, there's really no heat between Kayla and Amanda anymore. There's a lot of like, I think I'm better than her. I think I'm better than her.
That's what I want to know.
That's not real heat though. Like they don't really dislike each other.
fine.
Ronda Rousey and Kayla Harrison, actually, that's real heat. I want to see it.
I still think Kayla runs through her.
I think Kayla's going to beat Amanda too. I mean,
nothing was like wildly proven to me on Saturday night.
No, that wasn't like any like.
Wasn't like Ronda is
I
back.
didn't learn anything new about Ronda. She's always been good at exactly that.
At doing exactly that, and to an opponent that's been out of the game for 17 years.
I want some real animosity, and that's only with Kayla. Although Cyborg versus Ronda would have a lot of animosity.
Sick. Let's just
I'm
do a
down for
tournament
that.
of the foremost like famous 135ers.
If we actually, well, Cyborg's at 145er. If we really could, it'd be incredible. Unfortunately, we will never see we got Amanda versus Cyborg, and that was the only one we got for a long, long time. Thankfully, we will hopefully get Kayla versus Amanda, but the crossing over is just not going to happen, which is unfortunate.
Hey, what's up, boys? It's Steven here from Washington Heights. It's been a while. No question for me today, but rather I'd like to deliver a message if you guys would allow me.
Please.
Last time you boys heard from me, I just moved back to New York City after being homeless and hitting my absolute rock bottom.
Yeah, I remember.
I was on the brink of death, literally. Fast forward a few months, and I'm finally able to afford my first vacation. I'll be flying out tomorrow with the love of my life, thank goodness. My message for everyone listening is very, very simple. Keep fighting, man. Never give up on yourself. I'll be tuning in Thursday from Dominican Republic. Shout out to all you boys, Andy, Jordan, Frank, GC, New York's finest, Rick. I love you boys to death, man. Frank, can I please get a, he my fucking name up tomorrow? Love you boys, be good.
Wow, man! Congratulations. That is fucking incredible. Amazing message as well. I am very hyped for you. Living in Washington Heights, Little Dominican Republic, all the way to the actual Dominican Republic, where you're going to be vacationing with the love of your life too. You're up, bro. You're up, man.
Dude is killing it now.
Absolutely killing it, man. Congratulations to you. That's fantastic to hear.
Always fucking keep going.
Not just then, but also now, brother. Keep going, man. See how good this life can really get for you. So congratulations, man. That's incredible. What a way to end the voice.
Love that. Today. Love that.
Thank you to everyone who called in. We really appreciate it. As always, do we have any super chats? Super chats. Fucking Leroy sends in Sec129. Rank these flip-off moments from best to worst. Nate Diaz against Cerrone. Diego Lopez against John Silva's team. Brian Battle in Paris. Josh Hokett middle finger TKO. And lastly, McGregor after UFC 194.
McGregor 1.
Yep.
Nate Diaz against Cerrone 2.
Yep.
Diego Lopez was cold as fuck, number 3.
Oh, man, I don't know. I kind of like the Hokett.
The Hokett in the middle.
TKO. They're all great.
I'm going Lopez. I'm going Battle last. Even though it was a good one, I'm still going last.
Such a good one. The promo was better.
The promo was better than the middle finger, yeah.
All those are legendary, though. Yeah, the fact that Josh Hokett flicks him off and then ends up the fight is over is fantastic. Great question, actually.
Flipped him off like 10 times. He's just a fucking... what a nut job.
I love a good finger. Just fuck you, man. Benjamin Turk, what happened to the shout-out counter, TBT? Yeah. Oh, shit. Wow, they're active with it. I was going to say, I haven't seen it forever. That thing just goes. It's just AI generated now. It just knows when we say shout-out.
We got Jake. Shout out Jake. He's in the back just counting the shout-outs.
Shout out to Jake, brother. We appreciate you, man. Jacob?
Jake.
Jake?
Jake, yes. Jake, Jacob. Jacob.
Jacob. Shout out. Ray J versus Hot Fire is legit, lol.
Is legit at what?
Yeah, legit what? Like, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to watch it.
It's a shit show, but like,
legit what?
Yeah.
Create Like Mike. Shout out to Create Like Mike, man.
Yeah, he's been active the last couple of days.
I got Ronda round 1 plus 105. I put 1K all day. I was laughing all night. 20 to 40 are the Parlay Pals. The Jay Ellis of parlays. LOL. It's a compliment. Never quit. Okay, breaking this down. Beautiful read.
What a line.
The plus 105.
Yeah.
This card is a hindsight. Like, there were opportunities to get rich.
Yeah.
All up and down the board on this thing. Ronda by submission, minus 210. Ronda
round
one. God, I wonder what Ronda first 60 seconds was. I'm sure there was. And then he gives a shout out to Jay Ellis. We're not quite as bad as Jay Ellis.
What's
Haven't
the
checked on
record
him in
on
a
Jay
while.
Ellis? Remind me.
Hurricane Jay Ellis.
Yeah.
17 and 112. Absolute legend of the game.
No, we're not quite that bad.
Has
33%.
Has a win over.
He's a legit fighter that he has a win over.
Gerald Meerschaert.
Yeah,
Gerald
that's
Meerschaert. People forget. Absolute legend. I think he fought Colby Covington at one point.
Oh, yeah. He's been beat by a lot of actual guys.
Yeah. I mean, there's some streaks here where he is just losing every other weekend, and it's by like vicious knockout.
Fucking Jay Ellis.
Gerald Meerschaert obviously got the revenge on him in April of 2013. Colby Covington, I mean, like the amount of times this guy's been finished. He's been subbed 78 times and knocked out 29. The brain definitely needs to be donated to science.
Shit, Jay Ellis, man, just gonna keep going forever.
Hurricane Jay Ellis. You make fun of us 20 and 40 in the green.
Profitable.
If you make sure you put that third P in there. Profitable Parlay Pals. Profitable Parlay Pals. Triple P in the house. Don't you forget it. Duncan 9661. Shout out to Big Dog Wendell and the trains. That's a real fan right there. Obviously, I did the show right before we went on Christmas break this year from my dad's train cave.
Oh yes,
diehard train fan. He will very much appreciate hearing someone call him Big Dog. We still give him a big dog every once in a while now.
Any reason why he's saying that today?
Because yesterday I said how like they call Ariel's kids call him Unk.
Yeah,
we called my dad Big Dog. So I think he was just thinking of
so
it.
this is just a day late. He just walked. Okay.
Always. There was a time from like 12 to 14. It was just like, "What's up, Big Dog?" Just like he'd get pissed at us and we'd be like, "Big Dog, chill out."
That was his ick.
Yeah, we would give him.
It was just
nothing like
coming in my
he'd
house.
get home from work, 12-year-old kid. Wendell, how was your day? Me and my brothers thought it was so funny. That's good shit. Wendell, all-time name.
It is kind of funny.
Yeah, it's funny as fuck. Wendell, all-time name, by the way.
Wendell's a great name.
Create Like Mike again. Appreciate you, man. Love seeing you guys train. It makes you have a whole new respect. Imagine how Dan Hangman felt after Barboza. Yeah, dude. Yeah, like I can only imagine like the toughness of these dudes, the durability, the shape that they're in. It makes sense. Like Taco broke down his training regimen to us. And he was like, yeah, pretty much train 8 times over the course of 7 days. I'm up at, and like when he says train, it's not like I did 45 minutes of weights. It's like I got to the gym at 6 a.m. after running 3 miles to get there. And then I did BJJ for 3 hours. And then I drove and I did Muay Thai for another 3 hours. And then I came back for a night wrestling class.
Yeah.
And like, that's what he means. Like, oh yeah, trained. So it makes sense when they get on the scale and they're absolutely chiseled.
And on the back end of it was like, I love this to that degree. Like he is absolutely obsessed with the game of MMA.
I know, because I was like, so that's in camp. What's it like out of? He's like, there is no out of camp.
Yeah.
I live for this shit. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. You're a badass.
Taco's the man.
Another one from Create Like Mike, my guy, man. You don't have to send in $5 every time, dude. I sent my best friend, the Lion King, remember who you are, Simba. When I was third wheeling, they broke up 3 days later, 93 Dream Team. I know it's 92.
I don't get the last part.
I sent my best friend, the Lion King, remember who you are, Simba, when I was third wheeling. Okay. They broke up 3 days later, 93 Dream Team. I know it's 92.
I don't know. I get that he's like...
Oh. I think he's saying 93 Dream Team because he was probably born in 1993. I always reference 93
you're the
babies.
90s. You're you and him.
Yeah. Shout out to the 93 babies. Got to stick together out here.
Lion King 1992, is that what the...
No. I think he was just saying 93 Dream Team. I know it's 92. Maybe some better, punctuation.
Oh, he knows that 92 is the Dream.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm getting it.
Punctuation's hard. You only get so many characters.
I get it.
Yeah, I feel you.
How about that, though? Third wheeling on a date and being like, yo, it's time to...
Remember who you are, Simba? Yeah.
Get her out of there.
Been there. Another $4.99 from Create Like Mike. I don't know if it's an ick or a pet peeve, but leaving a shopping cart in the middle of the aisle and having no spatial awareness.
Oh!
Don't disagree with you. Also, leaving the shopping cart in the parking lot. Can't stand it.
I hate it, but that one I have come to realize just like some people do not give a fuck. lack of spatial awareness, especially in a city like New York City, like leave the shopping cart. We're walking down the middle of the street and I start like doing that little slow walk and turning and like I'm clearly lost and I don't know where to go. But instead of like moving to the side, doing that right in the front of 100 New Yorkers who are trying to get to the train, go fuck yourself.
It's the best.
Immediately get to the side. Immediately. Do not for 1 second think that you can just like turn around in the middle of a New York City street. In the grocery store, just like, oh, I'm looking at something. Where am I? What is this? Like, get the fuck out of the way immediately.
When you're like walking down the subway steps and they're just completely clog up and like you can't get past anyone and everyone's walking so damn slow.
Nah.
The carts, if you park them in the parking lot, I recommend going and watching Cart Narcs on YouTube, all-time channel. It's just a guy who comes up and shits on you for leaving your cart in the parking lot. He like throws a magnetic sticker on your car and it says like, I don't put my carts back. And he just pisses people off. It's so good. Shout out to Cart Narcs. If you know, you know.
That's all the super chats.
Right. Wow. That's all the super chats. That's all the voicemails. We appreciate everyone who super chatted. We appreciate everyone who sent in the voicemails. We appreciate everyone who is watching. This ends a marathon. We are crossing the finish line right now. We did full week of shows. Actually, a weekend to prepare for a full week of shows, into a live show, into a watch party, into flying out to Vegas, into a full week of shows in Las Vegas. Oh, I mean, Los Angeles. This is how fucking tired I am. Into a full week of shows in Los Angeles.
Las Vegas.
No, now he's trying to fuck you up.
Into flying back from Los Angeles to New York, now into a full week of shows. The month of May, we're already on the 21st. It has been an absolute blur. We appreciate you watching along with us, though. That's it for us. Crack tomorrow. Ariel Helwani show back on Tuesday. No show Monday because of Memorial Day. A much-deserved rest. We'll be back on Tuesday. Until then, enjoy the weekend!